Are we live? I don't know. I'm getting weird messages on my end of stuff. Hi, if you're out there, my name's Courtney. Welcome to Streaming Rainbow, revamped, off the rails. I wrote notes. Hold on, I got thrown. Yes, I'm going to be the GM for tonight's imminent bloodbath, and please join me in welcoming these ravenous revenants into your home. I'm sure they won't do anything untoward once you've invited them in. Some of these faces are very familiar to you. Some of them might not be. All of them are absolutely fabulous. I'm going to throw it over to everybody else for a little bit of introductions, and I think we're going to start at the top and work our way down and around. We have somebody who's going to be joining us just a little bit later.
Oh, so that's me. Oh,
yeah.
Hi, I'm Sarah. I am a GM with Streaming Rainbow and also the producer and game master of the Lantern Cove podcast. And I am really happy to be with all these amazing people today. And I will be playing Jane, the hard ass who thinks that she's the leader of the group. Although if there is a leader to be found, I don't think it's actually her. And that's me.
All right, throwing it to Manny.
Hello, the internet. My name is Cameron Danger Strip Matter. I am host and warden of The Panic Table, a Mothership actual play series on YouTube. And tonight, I am a trench coat filled with 1,000 bats.
Moving on down one.
Hey, I am Spunky Taylor, or you could just call me Taylor, she, her pronouns, and tonight I'll be playing Loveless, your great mechanist, half robot girly up in here. Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, shooting over to the side.
Hi, my name is River Cohen Glassberg. I don't have as many cool credits as some of the other people here, but I am an actor and I've been working with Streaming Rainbow. This is my second time on, and I'm so happy to be here. I use they, them pronouns, and I will be playing Ulf, the Goth Visigoth, a massive ancient warrior that is over a millennia old with a big old direwolf at his side.
I did forget to ask, what's the wolf's name?
Hathis.
I will forget that again.
That is okay. So okay. I'll say it again.
Beautiful. And then last, or not last, but last for the moment, but certainly not least, let's move on up.
Yes. Hello. My name is Matt. I am a actor, musician extraordinaire. I am new to Streaming Rainbow. But I am so excited to be here. I'm playing Herbert, a former Bletchley codebreaker who exists in multiple timelines. So we'll see how that pans out.
Wonderful. And like I said, we have someone that'll be joining us just a little bit later. They had responsibilities. Wild. I think I introduced myself, but I'm going to do it again. Hi, I'm Courtney, the GM for tonight. We are going to be playing an expansion for Eat the Reich, which is a phenomenal game created by Grant Howitt, beautifully illustrated by Will Kirkby. If you have the opportunity to get it just for the art, I recommend doing so. Let's find something cool. Let's go that way. Oh, no. Okay. The book doesn't want you to see art. That's fine. We're going to go a little bit over our content warnings. We're going to be playing kind of a rough game. It's very heavy with combat. Obviously, it's an RPG, so we're going to be role-playing a lot too, but it's kind of go, go, go. So content warnings at the top. They may include death, probably, violence, most certainly, blood and gore. God, I hope so. Vampirism, animated corpses, and possibly werewolves, unfortunately fascism, Nazis, body horror, the occult, burning, and possibly implied harm to animals. We do have 1,000 bats in a trench coat. Please be mindful of what your triggers are. If you are uncomfortable with any of these things, we fully understand if you don't want to be joining us this evening, but we appreciate you jumping in to say hi at the very beginning. Or if you need to take a step away at any point, by all means, please do so. There will be a 15-minute break somewhere in the middle. We're kind of doing something a little bit different with our mid-roll. Normally, it's just like a countdown or whatever. I was procrastinating and decided to throw together just an amazing little collection of things that highlight all of these lovely people at the table. So if you have the opportunity to stick around and watch, I would greatly appreciate it. And if you don't love it, you can call my manager. She's up there. Alrighty, without any more possible delay, unless like anybody's got questions or anything, are we good to go? All right. Agents of Fang, let's jump in. It is January 21st, 1943. The moon hangs low and full in the sky. The first thing that goes through your mind is that maybe, possibly, probably this is absolutely a terrible plan. The second thing that goes through your mind is the front of a train. As your sordid unlives flash before your eyes, you recall the briefing you had had hours earlier with Commander Slate. Our camera is going to pan in as a cigarette is drawn from ruby red lips and deposited into an ashtray. And as we move back, we see Commander Slate, a formidable woman. I wouldn't say stern, but she is certainly very confident, and she gives off the air of being unshakable. To your undead, many of you very old selves, you rarely come across a human being that is so stalwart in their assured confidence in themselves. And even amongst the ones that do know that you are vampires, it is very rare to hear such a steady, rhythmic heartbeat beating behind someone's ribs. Thank you all for agreeing to do this mission for us. We have reports that the Reich chief machinist has completed his work on the Schwere Gustav, the biggest gun in the world. A 1,000-ton railway-mounted artillery piece capable of launching 7-ton shells nearly 30 miles. It is headed to the Eastern Front as part of the Operation Barbarossa. As it happens, Nazi General Franz Halder is waiting for its arrival in Corsica. Under no circumstances is he allowed to get possession of the Gustav. The train will be heavily guarded. We will airdrop you in the Slovakian Alps. Once you board the train, you cannot allow it to stop. If you are stopped, you will be overrun by support. You must destroy the Gustav at any cost. And we're brought back to the moment just after the train. 100 cc's of pressurized nun blood, generously donated by the nuns of Perpetual Pain, I believe is their names, graciously donated to you, our lovely vampires, and it makes quick work of healing your mangled bodies. Surprisingly, the magnetic gloves that you were supplied with has kept you attached to the train, and as it speeds through the Alps, please, do tell me, what is it that your characters are feeling as they cling to the side of this train as it goes over an icy bridge with a 1,000-foot drop into a frozen gorge below?
I think Ulf, the massive behemoth of a human being that they once were and now live on as, clinging to the side of the train, Hathis, their dire wolf, with similar magnetic gloves on paws, kind of like, like doggy Crocs. Like, just the cute, unreasonably cute for such a large animal. This is one of the few times that they are getting like a thrill ride out of what's going on. And so he is hollering at the top of his lungs, slamming a fist down onto the metal of the train rhythmically, just just absolutely bellowing out into the wind. Very, very happy.
Amazing. How's everybody else hanging in there?
I think Lovelace is really hanging in there, like metal arms attaching to the train to hold on tightly, energy, and just letting it ride energy right now.
Amazing.
I think Herbert is reminded in this moment of being a young boy when he still had hair on his head and the wind just blowing through, and he's just taking a moment to relive that memory of time.
Jane is laughing and considering taking off the gloves just to make it a little more thrilling, just to hang on with her own strength. And so she is usually very sort of cold and calm and reserved, but when she's in the midst of this, she cannot stop laughing at the top of her lungs.
Beautiful.
A lonesome Nazi private makes his way through the interlinking cars of the train, grumbling beneath his breath about his crap patrol assignment, as muttering in what I can only imagine is sub-zero climate outside the train, the wind speed just making everything arctic and unpleasant. He grumbles and, obeying the inspection protocols, climbs a ladder, opens the hatch, and peeks out above, holding his lantern, knowing full well there's nobody on the train. It's an impossibility. They've been thundering along for kilometers, and they're in the middle of a wasteland. There's nobody around, so he's duly surprised as he turns and casts his lantern on a mysterious, almost alluring figure standing atop the train, trenchcoat flapping dramatically in the wind, fedora barely staying put, and somehow the light catches them in such a way that young Hans is filled with awe, attraction. It's hard to say, as he says in his native tongue, "You there! You cannot be on the train!" And the figure says nothing. He climbs atop to reach out, inspired by the beautiful physique rippling underneath this trench coat. And he says, you cannot be up here. It is not possible to. And then as the figure turns, he makes eye contact, not with a human visage, but just a scurrying mass of hundreds of stupid little flat-nosed bats with beautiful pointy ears, a loose bundle of spectacles adorning one of their precious little heads, and the bats, and then the trench coat explodes as the bats swarm around him. He goes, and there's a Wilhelm scream as this poor little Nazi topples off the top of the train, and the bats then reform in the trench coat and kind of slither down to where everybody else is.
I'm already crying laughing.
Beautiful.
Wait, it's canon. Manny is extremely sexy to whoever beholds him.
Manny's the hottest bundle of bats.
Yeah, they them.
They are the hottest.
Mm-hmm. Hearing the Wilhelm scream, somebody who is in the engine room, kind of sweaty, opens a window and sticks their head out to see Ulf stuck to the side and goes, "Mein Gott!" And he stumbles back. This is now opening the window for the access point for you to get into the engine room.
Ulf is going to throw up a bunch of hand signs that they had to memorize that they have no idea what it means. But just doing a lot, and most of them are reminiscent of what we got debriefed with, but Ulf calls back towards them through the screaming wind, "The opening! It is time!" And Ulf is going to use their iron claws to basically wrap around the inside of the window, flip on in, Hothus quickly following behind and is going to grab the Nazi engineer by their lower jaw, if at all possible, and wave them around outside the window as a sort of signal. Just here, this one, go! And just trying to call everybody in.
All right, I think that's going to be our first roll. That sounds to me like a brawl.
Oh, gladly.
Yeah. You've got your character sheet ahead of you.
True enough. I have a 4 in brawl.
Wonderful. So you got 4 dice from that. Are you using any of your equipment?
Yeah, the claws that he's got specifically to just sort of clamp down on the inside of his jaw.
All right, add to your pool for that as well. If there's anything you wanted to put on it for a little spice, you can do that too, but that's going to be our first roll. As you dangle this man like a come hither flag out the window, you do notice that there are 2 squads of people. Some of them were shoveling coal into this very, very hot open fire engine. Most of them are now very surprised. So yeah.
Perfect. There are 4 little boxes for Iron Claws, and Brawl is 4, so that's 8 dice, maybe? I don't know how that quite works yet.
Brawl is 4 if you're using 1 use of your Iron Claws, so you're going to tick off 1 box, that's 1 dice.
Gotcha.
If there's
Makes more sense.
Iron Claws. I'll give you exposed flesh. You grabbed this man by the jaw, so you can add another dice. The objective for our engine room is an objective of 7. It is rig the controls so the train cannot be stopped. There are 2 squads in here. Both have a threat of 5.
Cool.
Okay.
Then as well, I think, if at all possible, whilst waving the man out the window, Ulf is just going to make a barely perceptible, just a little tiny whistle, and send Hothus after one of the larger of the group. Ulf, I did not describe earlier, mountain of a man, about 6'9", 310 pounds.
Yes.
A human that should not physically be. About the size of Hafthor Bjornsson if you watched Game of Thrones or like international strongman competitions. Very tall, very big. They've got a mix of chainmail and blue cloth armor covered by black studded leather and massive chunky combat boots. Their hair is long and black with a notable white streak braided down the side of their chest. They've got a massive beard, and what is exposed of them is fucked up. They have been alive for quite some time, and their body shows it. A milky right eye, scars, and notable corpse paint. White base, blacked out, spidering tendrils of makeup as their war paint. But yeah, that's what Ulf looks like. Hothus, big black-gray direwolf that similarly fucked up big doggy. So yes, Ulf is commanding Hothus out towards the others to hopefully grab onto one, possibly shake around in the same way that that Ulf is out the window.
Okay, so
refresh my memory. Sorry,
go ahead.
Are we with him? Is this like jump inable, or is it just all on Ulf right now?
I mean, so the way that combat kind of works, it's turn for turn, so enemies work on the same combat, like same round as you. If you guys want to jump in on things, absolutely, you will be susceptible to taking whatever damage rolls were made for Ulf at that time as well.
Totally. Okay.
Cool. So I've rolled 2 successes, which means you gotta let me know what you rolled and what you're doing with your rolls, babe.
That's 4 for brawl, 1 for the Iron Claws, 1 for exposed flesh, something like that. Cool. Solid. That's a couple of dice.
Come on, baby.
6, 5, 5, 3, 2, 1. So I think that's 3 successes.
Yes.
Your 6s count for 2 successes. They need to be spent together. I
Oh,
will
shit.
remind you and teach our audience here. You can spend successes on gaining blood, which super important for vampires. They kind of love it. You can use it to reduce an objective. You can use it to reduce a threat, which is kind of like an attack. You can use it to defend. There might be something else. I don't remember.
And the threat keeps coming if we, or rather the threats keep coming if the objective isn't lowered, right?
Yes. Yes.
Gotcha.
There's a
Okay.
constant like push and drive.
Unstoppable
towards...
tide of Nazis.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Solid. So yeah, I've got 3 successes. How many successes did you say you rolled?
I rolled 2.
Beauty. I am a little bit less familiar with this one. So I'm gonna try to spend, so I've got 655. So I'll spend 2 of those successes to defend myself a little bit so that I'm not gonna get too beat the shit out of.
Okay.
1 I will use to gain blood, and
Okay.
1 I will use to further the objective. So yeah, I guess
Oh, hell yes.
after, waving a young man out the window like a flag, sending Hathis forward to gather fresh corpses for us to feed on.
Beautiful.
Gonna toss the body out the window, and while just sort of keeping a low huddle, run over, and I think Ulf is going to try to, like, not quite do anything very technically savvy, but shove a whole hand into the inner workings of the machinery and rip out whatever they can.
The Courtney
Solid
method.
plan.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Hit it and it works probably. So initiative doesn't exist in Eat the Reich. It's usually either DM's choice or player who just went can choose the next person to go. Would you like to choose or shall I?
Absolutely, I'll choose. I'd love to get Jane up in here.
Beautiful.
Marvelous. Jane will swing, having abandoned the magnetic gloves entirely, will swing in the open hole into the train with her Doc Martens landing solidly. She adjusts her pink jacket, shakes her head as though to display a lovely flick of hair, which she does not have. Smiles at all the Nazis, and then points at Ulf messing with the machinery and says, "Shouldn't you lot be looking at that instead of looking at me?" And then when they turn to look at that, she shoots one of them in the back of the head.
Oh, alrighty. So I want you to, that sounds like shoot, probably, I think.
Classic.
Yeah.
May I argue for con, since I was getting them to, tricking them into looking at it?
Hey, look
You know
over
what?
there.
Sarah, you've always been such a kind DM to me. Absolutely, you can.
Marvelous. So I'm using my edged revolver. There's 1 use of that. And I'm shooting in the back of the head, so that's an extra die.
Beautiful.
Oh, shit. Well, that's lovely. I got a success.
Okay. I only got 1 as well. You may do what you wish.
Take the hit.
Yeah.
I
I'll take it.
have something.
Okay.
I have an ability called Timeline Shift. At
Ooh.
the start of the first round of every location, roll 2 dice, which I did earlier. It's 2 5s. And
Beautiful.
on any player's turn, with their permission, you can change the result of a single rolled die from either them or the game master to one of the results of your timeline die, potentially changing the number of successes.
Ooh.
So I could change one of yours to another success with that 5.
Man, I'm just a cloud of bats. That's incredible.
So
So cool.
crazy.
That's so sick.
That's so sick.
That is awesome.
Jane?
I would accept that if you want to give it.
Yeah, no, I'd be happy to.
All right. so
Alrighty, how you spending your successes, love?
2 successes. So one to defend, and the other one to to shoot Nazis to
Reduce threat.
reduce threat. Yes.
Cool. So we have one troop at down to 4, the other remains at 5, and our objective is at 6. Who's going next, love?
Well, let's try Lovelace. I think Lovelace would be apt here.
Rock on.
Yeah. So can you like paint me the scene one more time? Like, so Lovelace is like holding on to the train and right at this moment in time, like what's around her?
Wind and a lot of nothing behind you. There's a window. There's a window that's been opened and previously crawled through by your lovely compatriots, and a man was thrown out of it just briefly. Inside of that window, there is a very hot, sweaty room that smells of sweat and coal, and there are some very terrified living Nazis still there. One very dead on the ground. Jane looking very satisfied, blowing smoke off of her gun, and Ulf has his hand in something that looks important.
So yeah, I think Lovelace would crawl her way into the window. Probably focus on the equipment, because that's what she specializes in. And he like push them to the side and be like, what are you doing on the machine? Like, you're just punching things and we are flying off the rails right now. And then she's trying to like take over the scene of trying to fix the machine to gain control of what's going on here.
It is to make it go better. Why you not?
It's
you
not
hit
go.
real hard.
It's not going better.
Okay, so that sounds like you're rolling fix, which is, I guess I could have gone through what our mechanics look like.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this game looks very different. It's very different from D&D, so don't bother making those mechanics work your brain for this. We have Brawl, which is your standard, I'm gonna punch them, hit them, kick them, or throw them out of a window. We have Con. Con is not Constitution. Con is conniving, your con artistry, your convincingness, if you will. Fix is anything to do with wanting to fix a mechanical thing. Usually, if you want to make an argument for fixing hearts, let me know. We have our search, which is you're looking around and trying to be a smart cookie for stuff. Shoot, that sounds pretty obvious, but maybe it's a shoot your shot. I don't know. Sneak, pretty stealthy, I guess. And terrify, which means you're trying to make a Nazi crap his pants. The more you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Rolling bones, baby.
All right. So rolling fix. I also have a thing called repair ritual.
Okay.
So it says on your next roll, gain special restore all uses of a single piece of mechanical equipment owned by an ally, or I have tech insight, which is spend 1 blood and rapidly repair the piece of broken tech to your purposes.
Tell me how you want to use it, darling.
I think on tech insight, if I spend the 1 blood, that would just fix with their ally just broke it to take control of the cart and train to make it stop. Let's like not fall all of us to death again.
Yeah.
I don't know if that means I have to add anything.
So you would spend your blood.
Right. Abilities cost blood, right?
Yeah, abilities cost blood. If you want to spend a blood on this to fix what Ulf broke, I will let you advance. Basically, I'll give you like 1 advance on the objective for it. Because there's no like real mechanical, like other mechanical
Okay.
benefits to you doing it right now, but I'll give you basically a free advance on the objective.
Cool. And then on my fixed roll, I got 2 6s and 2 5s.
2 6s, both of those count for 2 successes each. They do need to be spent together. 5s each count for 1.
Damn.
So you have a total of 4 successes right now.
Mhm.
Is that how math works? No, it's not.
No.
Because this got 2 6s, so
Six.
that's 4,
Yeah.
6 successes. Have
Damn.
6
Yeah.
successes.
I rolled nothing.
Nice.
Let's get it. There's a
Wow.
lot. Okay.
Suck it, Nazis.
So you can spend that on blood, you can spend it on objective, you can spend it on reducing threat.
It's training day.
Yeah.
Because
Like,
run a train.
yeah. As I think with advancing an
just started.
objective. Like it's like so advancing objective will
hmm
so like do I do 6 of these or just like one? How much does it cost?
Oh,
for
you
6
could like
dice?
move the whole scene, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could spend them however you like.
Basically. Okay. I wanted to make sure that I was like spending them right.
Do
So,
it.
so like advancing the objective, and I also would like to eliminate threats because I know there's threats in the tiny space we're in right now too. And
Yeah,
the way I
so-
would like, yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to give you numbers. Objective left is 6.
Mhm.
One threat is reduced to 4. The other is still at 5.
Question for you while we're doing all of this. If we have special abilities, like that say special in front of them, do those apply only on our turn, or is it just like per scenario?
Pitch it. If there's something that you're like, hey, this is really cool, pitch it.
I don't think I'm going to use it right now, just contextually speaking, but yeah. I've got something called Distracting Swarm that says you can reduce an attack rating by 1, but that'd be dumb if it was like an umbrella application, right?
Yeah.
Or-
I will say that anything that says special, you have to spend a critical success on it. So like, as for an example, for
Oh, cool,
restore,
cool,
you have
cool.
to spend your 6 on whatever says special.
My bad, Taylor. I was just trying to jump in and boost you up even more, but
No, come on in.
Yeah.
I understand.
It's all good. So have you decided where you're spending things?
Yes. Let's do the advancing an objective.
Are you going to
Okay.
do all 6?
Yeah, let's all 6 it up.
All right.
Damn.
if you advance the objective without defeating the baddies, do you move on anyway
You can move on anyway. They're just probably going to follow you.
until
Right.
boss fight, I guess. But,
Yeah.
Cool.
Like,
Sorry.
or should I do like 5 in objective and then eliminate a threat? Or should I just do all 6?
Rip it through it. Go for it. Yeah.
That's
Alright.
up to you.
we got a
Yeah.
train to catch.
Yeah, you got a train.
You got it.
That's
We
too
got the
bad.
train. They're like, I'm fixing it. I'm getting it.
Well, and this objective right now is just to get the train to not stop, right?
Yeah, just to
Right.
keep us moving
Yeah.
as
Yes.
fast as possible in the most terrifying way.
Yes. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna stick to the
Yeah.
then I'll put advancing that objective. Yes.
So what I'll do here, you'll knock Ulf out of the way, this big lumbering buffoon of a man.
Bestie.
You set your sights on fixing this. You are a technological feat of impressive magnitude. This is Babytown Frolics. This is a steam engine. This might as well be what you learned on day 1 of kindergarten of mechanical vampire school. You rig it in such a way that the engine is slowly growing hotter, but you know that with your super speed of your amazing undead selves, you can get each of you out of this tiny room in time for the ones that remain to just cook alive.
Nice.
Cool?
Yes.
Cool.
So I do believe we still have Matt can be in here. Let's go with that. Matt, not Matt. Who's Matt? Herbert.
Yes, who is this Matt? You
I don't
speak
know
of?
a Matt.
Never met one.
There's a Matt on the ground.
I haven't heard that name in 40 years.
Alrighty.
Yes. Herbert is a tiny man, and I think he just kind of just dives through the window, and I want to try, and I I might be pushing the limits of what I can do here. I want to try and sneak
Okay.
to flank the threats that we currently have, and I have in equipment my own future self, and so the way that I think that I could do this to make this work is I start sort of running as if I were to run past the threats, but because I exist in multiple timelines, I'm picturing this, that I'm jumping through the timeline as I'm running. So you're seeing Herbert flash in and out until he appears on the other side behind the I guess these threats that are here,
Okay.
as his future self, if you will, if only a few moments in the future.
I love it.
Insane.
Cool.
So
I will allow you, absolutely. People in here are a little distracted. So
okay, so I have 3 for sneak, and
Because this whole
my
time
own-
there's a giant dog ripping people apart, right?
This
That's
is
happening in the
true.
middle of
Hoppus
everything.
is in there going to town, just
Yeah.
eating.
yes,
That's-
Big dog.
but my
In a
own
tiny
future
trade.
self is, now it does say ++. They're jarringly cool.
of course.
I mean, what's cooler than jumping through multiple timelines to
True.
advance yourself?
Genuinely can't think of a single thing.
TikTok.
Perfect.
Oh my
I will.
god.
And I will roll my 5 die here. That is 6, 5, 5, 3, 3.
Okay.
Genuinely
Okay.
beautiful.
Good rolls.
Yeah, I rolled nothing. So do
Courtney, keep that up.
what you roll. Yeah.
Yes, please. if
We're
you
not
will.
mad.
How would I like to spend these 4? I did lose a blood in doing my timeline shift.
Full juice.
No, I'll take back my 1 blood and use the other 3 to reduce the threat.
Sure.
I like to think that as I pass these, as I sneak past, I'm yanking them through time.
It's
In order
terrifying.
to end their life.
Just all we're seeing are just flashes and suddenly skeletons and like decrepit older versions of these same Nazis are just falling to the floor in front of us. It's
They have
terrifying.
glasses
It's
and
amazing.
beards.
It's amazing. It's perfect.
Show the lap.
If you want to picture Herbert, because he's such a small man, picture a bold Tom Cruise. So just like a full Tom Cruise run through time, pulling people through time, and then I end up on the other side,
It's
flanking
incredible.
them.
All right. I've decided just here and now we're going to introduce a new mechanic because Lovelace was so gracious and obliterating our objective, and then Herbert came in with the time warp. We're going to do something called Bloodthirst. So anytime a threat is reduced to 0 for the first time, everybody's going to gain 1 Bloodthirst check. So just keep mark of it. And once you all get 3, something fun is going to happen. So just write it somewhere.
Ooh, baby.
Yeah, I decided we're going to implement this rule on the fly. So sorry.
Fine.
Alrighty.
Bloodthirst.
There's so much blood on the inside of this train.
Oh,
There truly, truly is.
we are going to
It will-
paint this train red.
You will. And we're looking forward to it. Okay. Everybody is in the engine room, which is slowly getting hotter and hotter. There is a door that's leading into the next carriage.
I think Ulf is gonna kick the door down as much as they can. I'm assuming, how big is the train? Like, how much is Ulf hunched over while doing all of this?
That's a yeah, you're probably crouching a little bit.
Solid. Perfect. Then
Clean it up.
perhaps a little bit more of like, still boots the door down, and just,
You know, Nazis, they are so puny, and they take so little force to explode into blood.
Well,
Why they send us? Why they send no one else?
and is just like chatting with the rest, like walking backwards, like a campus tour guide at a college, just very calm, very happy as they are walking through blood.
So I imagine, as you said, you're walking backwards, that you like turn to address your comrades, and then you boot kicked it, like donkey kicked the door behind you, which opens into a passenger carriage filled with a bunch of Nazis, mostly all very surprised as the door slams open, cards go flying, and drinks tumble to the ground. You hear "Mein Gott" and just exclamations of surprise as you are now entered into a room filled with about 50 soldiers, most of which are scrambling to get their weaponry. What would you like to do?
What is the so the situation is just huge group of Nazis?
Yes, so your objective for it's called the infantry bunks, which is 3 carriages. So you have this just seating area, and then the next couple of carriages are sleeper cars. Your objective is to smash through the front carriages to the officers' mess, which is a few carriages behind. You do know between you and here there is a kitchen at some point. The rating here, hold on. The objective rating here is 8. It does have a challenge of 2, which means you need to spend 3 successes to knock off 1 objective mark. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Cool.
This is just representing the sheer number of enemies that are here. They're just presenting a larger challenge. But actually, we have our final player for the evening. They've been able to join us. Hi, everybody. Welcome, Blackwell. Overhead, you knew that you would have somebody else joining you this evening, but due to the sheer force of their power set, they weren't really able to travel with you because the humans that brought you here would have died. There is a plane traveling overhead, and you can hear the sound of something metal and heavy dropping at a phenomenal velocity. Ashcroft, you are in your drop coffin, plummeting through the air at an incredible pace. You are aiming for just ahead or just near the train. You will crash to the ground most certainly. Once you do, due to the sheer force, your body is pulped. You are smashed to bits. But this is not the first time you've used a drop coffin. You know what's about to happen next. Pneumatic sprayers start pumping the area that used to be your body and is now just a mess, filled with delightfully delicious, delicate nun's blood. And you are reconstituted into your powerful vampiric form. The timing of it was just right enough that you are able to reach out a hand with the mag glove and catch onto the train as it is moving by. And there is some smell of cooking flesh just a little bit behind you, and you can see that your friend, coworker perhaps, has just booted in a door, and you are outside the window there. What would you like to do?
Okay. I'm wondering if I'm outside the window. I have this ability called arc lightning. Could I
Okay.
use it to basically shatter the window and force my way through and cause a little carnage also to happen?
You absolutely can. Yes.
Go
Spend
big,
injury or
baby.
spend-
Go
Um,
big.
Swing for the
I don't know
fences.
if you were there when I said everybody is starting with 2 blood, so you can absolutely do this. You will have 2 blood in the bank because that ability does come at a cost for you. But by all means, do what you wish.
I'm gonna roll with it. We're gonna go
Yeah.
with arc lightning.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just put one hand onto the glass, like it's ever so gently, like it's kind of like that weird, like not even weird, like pinky ring, middle index, thumb, and then push onto the glass as lightning, just radiation lightning comes busting through the window, tagging everyone that's not my cohorts and just tethering onto them.
Okay. I will say you have a choice between, I will say, shoot or terrify for your base roll. You can pick which one you'd like because this is objectively terrifying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say terrify.
Sweet. So you'll have, I think you have a base of 4 for that. Oh, look at me. I'm giving you the big old dice rolls. So you roll 4 dice plus whatever your ability gives you, and if you're using any equipment.
So that's 4d6s, correct?
4d6s plus, I think, you get 2 more for your chain. Do you?
It says plus
Yeah.
2 chain electrocutions.
Yes. So you get that for sure. You're getting a few people that were sitting by the windows.
So 2,
Yeah.
6. All right, so 6. And add them all together, correct?
No, you're looking for 6s, 5s, or 4s. 6s count for 2 successes. 5s and 4s count for 1.
5s and 4s. So I got 2 6s. I got 3 1s and a 3.
Okay, so your 2 6s both count. I only rolled a 4, so I only have 1 success on you, which would go towards your injury. You can spend your successes on consuming blood of your enemies. I recommend a nice healthy snack. Defending yourself, or reducing the overall objective, which is currently set at 8, I think is what it was. And then, or reducing a threat, each of which are currently set at 4, but there are 4 different threat groups.
I think I'm going to consume someone because, I just dropped out of the sky, reformed myself, and now I'm just busting through a window. I'm just kind of going to, since I'm radiation, just phase through everything, kind of look around, see my cohorts, wave at them like...
It's like Metal Gear Solid in here.
Hi, Ash.
Yeah, what's up?
Absolutely. And he's just going to go, he's going to see his cohorts and say, hello, it's been a while. Give me a moment. As he becomes this goop and slime of radiation, just going over one of the Nazis and just consuming them, breaking them down to matter.
Okay. Are you spending... So I have 1 success on you. You had multiple successes, I believe.
2 6s.
You had 2 6s. So you have to spend your 6s together. So you're consuming blood, so you're at least getting 2 blood back. You can spend the other 6 on consuming more blood, or you can spend it on objective, defend, threat. It's up to you.
But
If
the
you don't
objective is
spend it on
nullified, right? Since the challenge rating.
There is a challenge rating on it, correct. So your current success wouldn't count towards challenge. It wouldn't make a difference. So you can spend it on defend, which would nullify my attack on you, or you can use it to reduce threat, but you will get an injury.
We'll do reduce threat.
Okay, so you're reducing a threat by 2. Beautiful. You've regained 2 blood. If you can kindly roll a d6 for me, because you're going to be taking an injury.
I'm using my dragon dice. They're hard to read. Okay, that's a 5.
5. So you have the first box in your injuries for 5, 6, which is nuclear burns. So the electricity just overcharged yourself just a little bit, and you've got burns crawling up the arm that you used for the attack. You can pick who's going to go next in our initiative order.
Me.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Maybe actually go with Manny.
Okay.
We did sort of skip
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Thank you for that voluntary selection of me. I appreciate it.
You just had such a rad, sexy entrance.
Yeah.
I know, truly. I already got to kill an NPC that I made up myself, so it was
That's just how Ash rolls. He's just like, hey, how's it going? It's nice to meet you. Give me a moment.
It's juicy up in here. So it's a crazy scene, right? You've got all of these vampires looking like some sort of punk rock band have just walked through the door, and all of these Nazis look up from playing cards and smoking cigarettes and doing whatever Nazis do, like tying up their corsets, that kind of a thing.
Yes.
And they're Nazi bustiers. And so what they don't notice is the seething horde of vermin that is crawling at their feet, because in the midst of them, there's just this nuclear disaster happening as Dr. Gas Mask phases through the ceiling. So, of course, they're not looking down as thousands of furry little creeps start undulating amidst jackboots and stupid Nazi toes. And I'm going to do a few things. So I have this cool ability called... Distracting Swarm. Wait, no, we're not doing that. We are going to do Hive Command. I can spend 1 blood and summon rat commandos and a tide of teeth boiling up from the floor. So, gonna add a little die for that guy. And as I sneak among them, I am going to deposit 1 beautiful frag grenade just in the midst of all of these closely packed soldiers who are just looking on as this dude in the middle of them gets melted into irradiated goo. And they don't. The only thing they hear is the pink of the pin getting pulled out of the grenade, giving me actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 dice to roll here.
Beautiful.
Get it.
Roll them bones.
Get it, Manny. Get it.
I'm gonna explode.
Explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this is garbage. Okay.
Oh,
so,
no,
that's not that bad, because we're just taking. So I've got a 5, a 5, and a 6 out of that, which those are acceptable.
Yeah, it certainly beats my 1 success.
Oh, so if I get hit, I actually gain blood is like a passive I have. my all the little bats that inside my trench coat are called nameless heroes, and if they get squished, I like gain blood. So that's fun. So we ruled that on a crit success, you can use a special, right?
Yes.
Cool. So I'd like to reduce their threat attack rating by 1 as just my special. Distracting Swarm. So suddenly they hear the clink and you look down and they're like, rats! I know it's more of like a French accent I'm doing here, but maybe we're in the occupied country. I don't know. So so that happens. The grenade goes and I'll take the hit. So just a dozen bats explode in the frag grenade at their feet as well.
So here's the fun thing about how I don't understand quite how this game works. We roll at the same time, and then you can do cool shit like reduce my rating.
Yeah.
I only had the 1 success.
Oh, okay. So now I think so that's interesting as far as the threat attack.
I can still hit you if you want. It's
does
fine.
that reduce the overall threat, or does it reduce the individual attack?
Does it say reduce
let's say for the rest of the way I read
dice?
it is that, like, for the scenario now, in this particular scenario, now the attack rating is 1 less.
Okay.
How does that sound? Does that
sounds
tasty
beautiful?
for you?
I love it.
So there's just bats everywhere now. There's a trench coat and a mustache and a hat somewhere in the room, but they are not doing work.
Oh no!
None of them are together.
So there's a huge explosion, and my goal is going to be to blow myself up a little bit in order to do. I don't know. The objective is just kill all these mofos, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, great. And so I've got 4 successes. So I'm just going to use that to do 2 donks of damage.
To the objective?
Yes.
Cool. Objective is now down to 6.
And I got hit.
And you got hit. Roll that d6. Let us know what your little furry injury is.
Ow! Some of my bats were deafened in the explosion.
Oh no.
No.
I rolled a 2.
Nameless heroes.
Hilariously brutal. Oh no.
No.
The bats
little
that rely
babies.
on echolocation can't hear.
Blind and deaf. That's so sad.
Hmm.
Alrighty. Who's going
Yeah.
next?
Herbert, you see a red mustache attached to some glasses like land at your feet.
No, Manny.
I have a question. I have this ability called Tethering Sanity. It says special heal injury. Could I do that for Manny? Like to heal, like so the bats just come back.
I think you're. Hold on. Discover where?
Tethering Sanity is in one of my abilities.
If not, you can always do it on the next one. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll come back around to it. Okay.
Yeah. I appreciate that though. I'm exploded.
All right.
I have a couple of healing abilities. I was like, wait, I could probably use these at some point.
I think I got something cool. If it, well, you want to find it.
All right.
That was my only frag grenade, y'all.
Dang.
So.
Go big, go home.
Resource
So who's
management.
going next?
We can only carry one item because we're bats.
I have an idea. If you want to tag
Go
me
for
in,
it.
coach.
You're tagged in.
Thank you. Tag myself in. While that was happening, I think Loveless, I believe there's like people was drinking water and wine and all this stuff on the table and stuff like that. So Loveless been dumping all of that on the ground while Manny's been exploding and all this stuff. But Loveless is doing that. Dumping water.
My Riesling.
Yeah. It's on the floor. The floor is wet. And she warns all her comrades, if I was you, stand on a table. And then she will break 2 of her fingers to expose wires and then put it in the water to do a mass electrocution on the train.
Oh my god, that's bad.
Yeah.
So many
Alright.
fried bats.
What do I need to roll? There's a lot happening.
That is a lot. Are you trying? It's not necessarily brawl. It could be brawl. It could be sneak. It could be terrify. I don't know. Where are you?
I'll go with brawl.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure. You slap a wine glass out of somebody's hand.
Take that. Take that.
Ooh.
2 6s and a 5.
Okay, I have rolled 2 6s and 2 4s. Now, I don't crit. These guys, my 6s only count for 1 each versus your 6s counting for 2. But I do currently have 4 successes on you.
Damn. What do I do now?
So, sorry, you can spend your successes to defend yourself, which I would recommend. If I have 3 successes left on you, you go down for the round, and then you become a secondary objective that needs to be saved by your other compatriots.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll just defend myself.
Okay, so what is it that you rolled again?
2 6s and a 5.
2 6s and a 5. So you could spend your 2 6s. That gets rid of all of my attacks, and then you still have 1 that you can spend on gaining blood or reducing a threat. It won't really work towards the objective because of that challenge rating.
Okay. I'll do the reduce the threat.
Okay.
Cool. So does that mean the threat's at 2 now? Or are there multiple threats?
So there are multiple threats.
Gotcha.
One of them is reduced to 1 currently. Well, I guess, has everybody been attacked? Well, it makes sense that people have been attacking the same threat as we're working through the train. So
Right.
1 threat is reduced to 1, and then we have 3 remaining that are further back.
Some Nazi Snowpiercer situation here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see like further, because the doors were all open, you can see like sleeper car doors are starting to open, and some people are starting to stumble out a little bit. Who is going next? Who would you like to throw off the train? Lovelace.
That throw somebody off the train or pick somebody up?
No, pick someone to go next.
Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna yeet somebody out of here. Okay. I was like, get it, Jane. Let's get it.
Sweet. All right. So Jane takes out her Sony Walkman, presses play.
A gift from Herbert.
Yeah.
Thank you from Herbert.
Slips on the earbuds, listens to a punk song. Hops off the table because she was up on the table for the electrocution. Strides to the. You said this was the objective was several cars worth of. Okay, so she strides to the end of this car, turns around, pulls out her phone. Says, "Excuse me, loves. I need a special delivery to the car right behind me." And closes the phone. It's a flip phone because that's how cool she is. And so I'm going to use my equipment called in aerial bombing to have them bomb the next car.
Somewhere very far in the distance, Commander Slate is just grinning ear to ear.
I'm not sure what stat to use for that, to be perfectly honest with you.
Oh, God. You could be...
Would that be shoot?
It could be shoot.
I think it'd be terrify as well.
Terrified
There's a
and
possibility
shoot.
for that.
Between
We're gonna make a
terrify and
new
shoot
stat
because you're kind of carpet bombing.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take... Oh, go on.
My brain, it left. I don't know.
Fair enough.
What were you going to say?
All right, I'll go with shoot then.
Okay.
And she turns around and very carefully does not look because cool gals don't look at explosions.
Of course not.
So that gives me +4. So I am rolling 7 dice.
Damn.
Beautiful.
How many airstrikes do you get?
Just 1.
Hell yes. I mean, it's no
Oh.
frag grenade, but
Like, it's no water.
All
So
right.
you're rolling 5. You're rolling 5 for your called in aerial bombing. Cool gals don't look. That gives you +4. The item gives you 1. Plus shoot gives you another 3. So you're rolling 8 total, babe.
I was wrong. Okay.
Woo!
Damn.
That's the equivalent of hearing
Wreck
the God,
me.
like that's the equivalent of like hearing Godzilla revving up his like his blast, and it's like just take me.
Just
Oh,
take
good.
it.
All right.
Now's the
So I
time.
got 3 regular successes and 3 crit successes.
Oh,
Ooh.
stunning. I love it. I got
Oh.
1.
Oh my god.
Courtney rolls bad at Eat the Reich. It's fine. How would you like to spend them?
Well, I'll spend 1 to defend.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use one of my crits to use my special. Lead by example, reduce a threat or objective rating by 2. The next character that successfully reduces that rating can add a bonus die to their roll and gains 1 blood. So, little bonus for the next person that reduces this objective. So I'm going to reduce the objective by 2.
Okay. I'll say that probably negates the challenge because you bombed the hell out of them.
And then I'll use the next 1, 2, 3, 4 total successes to reduce the threat, whichever threat has the lowest rating right now.
Okay, so with only 1, you've completely wiped out 1 threat, which which also reduces the challenge by 1. So you've reduced the challenge by 3 without spending directly on it. And
classic
then you
Jane.
had 3 other left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then you've reduced another threat to just 1, and you're all going to get another tally of bloodthirst.
What?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there weren't a lot of Nazis in that car, guys, but they're gone.
Yeah, there were a lot of them. And now
That's-
they're all crispy.
Nutty.
Oops, all bombs.
Oops, all bombs. As the airstrike comes in, the train rocks precariously on the tracks, but it holds steady, thankfully, and we continue forward.
All right, and I'm going to pass the torch to Ashcroft.
He's already gone this round, so we
Oh,
need
has he?
to go
Okay.
Ulf or Herbert.
I thought we were counting that as his first round. My bad. Okay, so let's go to Oof.
Ooh, baby. I would like to use my ability Dual Rend, so I will spend a blood to attack
Just a casual
in tandem.
dual rend.
Just a casual dual rend. To attack in tandem with my wolf in a vicious
Okay.
onslaught. So Ulf, once the electricity is passed through, feeling the train shake from the bombing, is just going to look down at Hothus, scratch behind one of the ears, and just go get him, boy. Eat! And start sprinting down the train, and is trying to... The hope is that I can gather a few in my hands to shred while Hothus makes one or two. Like, I would think Hothus would grab one by the throat and make it into a screaming chew toy, just at playing with it in a very sweet manner if you just looked at the dog and not the Nazi that it's eviscerating. But Hothus is tearing into the stomach and ripping out intestines and joyful as all hell while the Nazi is screaming in pain. Ulf is going to grab as many as he can and just, per Nazi that they grab down the train, shred them in half. Like, just right from one hand on each side of the hip, just rip, rip, rip down the train. Yeah.
I would say that's brawl. You can argue
Yeah.
terrify.
You know what? For
personally
funsies, I'll go with Terrify. It's slightly
Sweet.
less, but it's fun.
I don't know. I'm
So
getting
that's-
sneak vibes from that.
yeah, I feel like that
So
might
subtle.
be a fix thing. So
Yeah,
I'm,
you just fix the situation.
yeah, I'm fixing the
As
Nazi.
in that dog should be fixed.
As in that dog. As in that dog is fixing a Nazi right now.
Yeah.
So that's 3 for Terrify. That's 1 for the Bonded Wolf. 3 for the Screaming Chew Toy. 1 for Go Get 'Em Boy. And then I think that's it. So that's 8 dice.
Sweet.
What?
You want to know how many I'm
I-
rolling right now?
How many?
2.
Fuck yeah. I got jealous of Sarah being a badass with Jane.
Yeah. Jane, we see your carpet bombing airstrike, but do you have a dog?
I don't.
Yeah.
Do
You have a
you
dog.
have
Do you even
a
dog, though?
dog?
He got the dog in him.
Oh shit. Okay. 2, 2, 4, 4,
Okay.
5, 6, 6, 6.
Woo!
That's amazing. How do you want
Okay.
to spend them?
Okay.
I rolled
Uh,
a 6. Yay me.
2s go away. Okay. I will. Ooh, let's see what we got. What is the objective currently rated at? Like, what are the ratings going on here?
Good question. So the objective is down to 3.
Cool.
It still has a challenge of 2. So you would need to spend at least 2 to then start being able to spend on the objective.
Gotcha.
We have 2 squads that are still at full, and then we have 1 squad at 1.
Neat. I'm gonna spend. Okay. I'm gonna spend the 2 regular successes to start eating away at the objective. And
You would
then,
need to spend a minimum of 3 to get 1 of the objective down.
oh, solid. Then I'll use 1 crit die and 1 regular. So I'll knock it down by 1 for fun.
Okay.
So that's
The challenge was reduced by 1, though, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
yes.
so then you can reduce it by 2. I forgot what I said.
Oh,
you for
shit.
keeping me
Okay.
accountable.
Then I will, use that exact dice pool and I'll reduce it by 2. So that was, I had 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 6. And so that's 4, 6. I will use one more regular success to fully null out one threat. I will use 2 more crit successes to completely nullify another threat group.
Cool.
And I think that's about it. As well, sorry. I have a
by all
thing called
means.
Glory in Battle. When you reduce a threat's rating to 0, gain 2 blood. So I'm going to do that, I think, twice.
Beautiful. I
What?
love that. Everybody's also going to take we're going to fill out our bloodthirst marks because you reduced 2 threats to 0 at once. You are caught up with everybody for bloodthirst Ashcroft. What this is going to do is it allows you to open one of your advances, which normally only comes from Ubermensch blood. But y'all are so
Ooh.
bloodthirsty and killer. You're just vibing with murder.
Yeah.
So hard.
Solid. I'm going to
So
open
you
up
can
this-
open one of your advances, each of you.
Open up Saga of the Boar then, because that's sick.
What is the Boar Saga?
This does nothing for everybody. In my advancements page.
I just need to hear the song of the pig.
Oh, Song of the Pig? Just straight up. Okay, this is a weird side of the internet that I've been on once or twice. Have you ever seen at like county fairs in the South, they do pig calling contests? And it is incredibly funny to watch, but also a little terrifying to watch all of these grown-ass adults start screaming into a microphone. It's not just like, here, piggy, piggy, piggy. It is almost like an inhale metal scream. That's kind of just that kind of grossness. It's gonna be that.
It's very demonic when you hear it. It's like, this is something you don't want to hear late at night. And it's 2:00 in the morning. You by yourself, you have a drink, and you hear that. You need to run.
This is that streaming rainbow content I've been hearing about.
Yeah.
It's gonna get weird.
I'm a terrified Canadian. That sounds awful. Thank you.
It's horrifying.
Okay,
Pig song.
Herbert.
With that, yeah, Herbert. Fuck him up, babe.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like you guys did a lot.
Still a lot to do.
So we have.
Yeah, what's the current situation?
We're in the first round. We have 1 threat left at 4. A bunch of guys woke up at the very end. They're stumbling around, probably not bothering with pants. And then the objective is challenge 1, but reduced to 1 as well.
Cool.
Okay. Boy, oh boy. I think that I am going to... you know what? We just unlocked in advance. I am going to do my advance, which is a temporal storm. And I spend 1 blood to summon a terrifying nexus of coruscating time by dividing by infinity. And so this is I sort of let's say I spin the wheel on my watch here, and from that, time itself around us shifts and changes, and it's almost like a tornado, and we see glimpses of the future. It's a bunch of old bats sitting around a pool in retirement. They've had many years stuck in a trench coat, and now they're just relaxing by the beach and having a grand old time. You see a young baby Ulf jet black hair, no white streak just yet, with a cub, Hathis, a little cub of a wolf. You seeing yourself and everyone else just in different points of time, spinning. You see baby Nazis and graves of Nazis, because they're never going to be old men, right? Hopefully after tonight. And it's this terrifying thing, and the Nazis are getting swept up in it, and their bodies are flying all over the place. And so with that, I have Terror 5-2 and a ++ with my Temporal Storm. So that's only 4, but it's something.
I feel like I want to give you another stat to roll because that was a really cool description. So I'll give you your con to roll on it as well. Does that sound fun?
Oh, yes. I'll take it. Because that roll was bad. Oh, boy. Okay. So we've got 2 2s, 3 3s,
Okay.
and 1 1.
Oh,
Okay, so you have a flashback mechanic, which is a fun little thing that we can do.
Mhm.
Any player can roll it if they roll under 2 successes. You are not obligated to use this now if you don't wish, but it is a cool little thing. You introduce a scene that happens between yourself and one of the other players here at the table. You will be able to add 2 dice at the end of it, and you re-roll your whole dice pool. Is this something you would like to do, or would you like
I feel
to
like
pull
if
off?
ever there was a time to do it, it'd be 0 successes.
I think that's fair. Okay, over in... Where are we? Here we are. Would you like to pick your scene, or would you like to roll for your scene?
Let's you know what? Let's roll for it.
Okay,
I've
can
had
you
such
kindly
great
roll?
luck so far.
Yeah, roll a d6 for me, please.
Okay. It's a 3.
3. So the mission that you were on was assassinating a Nazi general at the opera. Kindly pick one of the other players here at the table to run this little scene, and you're going to roll a d6 for me again.
Who do I think would blend in well at the opera?
Someone high society, obviously.
Yeah. You know what? Yes, I will go with my good man Ashcroft.
Amazing. Can you roll for your flashback question?
Yes. That is a 1.
Okay, so you save Ashcroft's life from certain death. What nearly killed them?
Ah, right. As we were stalking the halls of the opera house, Ashcroft was distracted for but a moment, and the hose to his gas mask caught on something and nearly came unplugged, which, if you don't know, would be deadly for me and for him.
Yes.
At least that's the story now. And just in the nick of time, I caught him and caught the hose and saved his life. And then we went on and, assassinated the Nazi general and all that. Bish bosh.
Yes. All right, so you can re-roll your dice pool. Make sure to add 2 more dice.
I'm picturing Ashcroft in the hazmat outfit, but with white opera gloves just on top of it.
Has like a little pair of opera binoculars just tucked away in a pocket. Very high society, very prim.
The mask has been tricked out. The hat, the goggles on there, and the
This is
gloves are
beautiful.
like attached.
Got a big old top hat on top of all of it.
Mm-hmm.
He
Big
was
old top
just
hat,
so
trench
excited.
coat.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, full cape.
A night at the opera.
Wow. All those dice. I got a 6 and a 4, and the rest are 1s and 2s.
Holy moly.
Well,
Rough.
it's better than no successes.
This is
Always.
true. This is true.
I rolled nothing on you because that's how I roll.
Happens to the best of us.
I can. If I use 2, that would take care of the objective, correct?
Yes. Yes,
So
it
I
will.
can use that 6 to take care of the objective, and then that
Yep.
final one to reduce the final threat by 1.
I think what happens for this young Nazi soldier as he's looking into your tempestuous tornado of thought and memory, he sees a moment in his life where the diverting paths happened. He was a young man walking with his mom in a park, and off in the distance there was a recruitment table, and he was distracted for just a moment in a different life by a young woman off in the park playing with her siblings and a ball. In this other life, he chose to go join these other young people and play. And his life would have been far different. He would have been fighting for the Allies had he made just one simple choice different. And how this happens in your threat reduction is he takes that to heart in such a way that it breaks it. And he dies of a broken heart, knowing what his life has become such a vile excuse for existence.
I was so prepared for just destruction and death. I was not prepared to have my heart broken, Courtney.
Wow.
Look, he's still a piece of shit. He chose wrong and he's died for it, okay?
True. Still a Nazi bastard. We don't sympathize.
We don't. But this brings our objective down, and we can, from here, move on to the next point. If at any point you want to pick up new loot, whatever, if there's like I saw this one cool thing that they were grabbing, you can totally do that. Let me know what you want to grab, and we can put some stats to it. Am I blurry? Everybody's sad. That's why I'm blurry.
It's the tears.
It's the tears.
The tears.
No one can see through the tears.
It's gonna be a little awkward. I'll go away for a second, see if that helps.
Wait, was there anything cool on the ground? I don't even know. There was so much exploding and people ripping.
There was a full air raid.
Could we
There was
search
a-
possibly?
Yeah, sure. You can roll a search for me if you'd like.
I'm all in the bodies. I'm rats.
Like, as I'm finished eating my meal, like, what's good
Nice
around
Try
here?
search.
So
Blurry.
do I just roll 2 d6s if my search is 2?
Sure. This happens to Sarah all the time on streams.
664 for Manuelita.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my
You
God.
can I have what do you want? Do you want melee weapons? Do you want guns? Do you want explosives?
I want you to give me something weird. I'm a cloud of bats.
You're a cloud of bats.
Let's get
Okay.
weird, baby.
You give
Um,
me something totally awkward. I'll work with it.
You get a bejeweled skull.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got 3 uses, and its plus is head on a stick.
Skull bat, skull bat, skull
Bat,
bat.
skull, bat.
Yeah, I might just be blurry for a while, guys. I don't know what to do.
He'll fix itself.
Happens to the best of us.
What was this skull doing?
I'm John Cena. You can't see me. Did anybody else roll successes for search?
I got a 6 and a 5.
You got a 6 and a 5. I will ask you the same question. Do you want guns? Do you want melee weapons? Do you want something weird? Do you want explosives?
Something weird, like I'm radiation incarnate, so it's like, what would be something befitting of a god or someone aspiring to be a god?
What
Maybe like a
weapon
jeweled
do-
skull.
There is an option for that.
You can pick up a Ooh, you can pick up a Hand of Glory, which is a desiccated hand, and you get +3 for Haunted Mansion. So you summon ghosts to yourself.
I'll take
How
that.
about
I'll
Cool,
take
cool,
that.
cool, cool.
Fucking whoa.
I gotta get my
Yeah.
goon. I gotta get my goon
Crazy.
squad.
Another goon squad.
No.
Luigi's
items, they
Mansion
are similar.
begins.
Listen, in BG3, there's the Dance of Macarade spell. I gotta have my goons. My goons gotta be in every game now that I play.
Alrighty, so we got a Bejeweled Skull, we got a Hand of Glory. Anybody else find anything? Looking for stuff?
I rolled a 4 of a pool of 3.
Okay. You can get a Bowie knife.
Yeah, I'll
2
take a Bowie knife.
uses. Yeah, 2 uses, and you get plus messy.
Oh, I
1
love
plus
messy.
for messy.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, I know you do.
Love Messi. Got 6 and 5.
6 and 5. What would you like? Would you like magic? You want guns? You want explosions? Want me to come up with something on the fly?
Like,
2 jeweled skulls.
only Jules Club. No, I'm just kidding.
That's all we all find for the rest of this game.
Game.
That's what
Fine.
was in that train car.
Just Jules Club.
It's the magical MacGuffin. You gotta collect them
Magic.
all.
You want magic?
Hit me up with magic.
On every bone.
So you can do an adrenochrome. I don't know what that word sounds like. It's got 2 uses, and on any turn you can spend a use of it, and it turns any of your 5s rolled into critical successes.
Adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome.
Oh,
Beautiful.
it's a medicine.
Yeah, it's drugs.
You
Hey.
do a bunch of drugs.
I got a bottle of drugs, you guys.
For Iron
Amazing.
Man down there.
Don't we
That
all?
sounds
Yes.
amazing.
I just think you see the like jeweled skull creep up to the top of the trench coat, and then the glasses like go down over its eyes.
Yes. Yes.
I was like,
Fedora,
Manny, you
like-
looking different today. Got a haircut?
Manny is simply too attractive.
was like,
You distract me, Manny.
Manny, save some for the rest of us.
Okay. We are at an hour and a half here. This does feel like a pretty decent spot to be taking a break. How does everybody feel about that?
Good.
That works?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So, our lovely friends and audience, we will be taking a 15-minute break. Go do what you need to do. Hurry on back and watch to see what blood and carnage our lovely vampires can get up to next. I do have a funky little video, which I'm going to be awkward about until I can get it to play. Thank you for joining me in my awkward... Oh, I have to do something different.
Funk, funkity funk.
Da-na-na-na. Video file. Nope. There we go. Open.
Live stream dancing is mostly a head game.
Yeah.
Ooh, look
I
at
appreciate that we've all decided on the sway, though.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Nope,
Serpentine.
I didn't want to do it. Where's... Okay. Thank you. I love you all dearly. We're gonna make that full screen.
Hello from Scheherazade Corporation, where stories become boundless. At Scheherazade LLC, we believe in the power of teamwork and creativity. With our cutting-edge technology and innovative storytelling solutions, we're always one story ahead. Our team works together to bring higher quality entertainment directly to your reality.
Hi, I'm Ali Zahad, your down-to-earth CEO of Scheherazade and an avid storyteller like yourself. Now, when my great grandmother told 1001 stories to the Sultan, she was creating a legacy.
Here at Scheherazade Company,
To continue that legacy, we cultivate the newest and most innovative stories told throughout all of the multiverse.
Now we celebrate every story, big or small.
We explore stories from every planar system and bring them
Directly to you using our patented bookmarker machines.
Scheherazade Solutions, where stories grow. Once upon a time, your next happily ever after.
Brothers and sisters, there are people out there that seem just like you, or maybe your mother, but they're not.
well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
you Hello from Scheherazade Corporation, where stories become boundless. At Scheherazade LLC, we believe in the power of teamwork and creativity. With our cutting-edge technology and innovative storytelling solutions, we're always one story ahead. Our team works together to bring higher quality entertainment directly to your reality.
Hi, I'm Ali Zahad, your down-to-earth CEO of Scheherazade and an avid storyteller like yourself. Now, when my great grandmother told 1001 stories to the Sultan, she was creating a legacy.
Here at Scheherazade Company,
To continue that legacy, we cultivate the newest and most innovative stories told throughout all of the multiverse.
Now we celebrate every story, big or small.
We explore stories from every planar system and bring them
Directly to you using our patented bookmarker machines.
Scheherazade Solutions, where stories grow. Once upon a time, your next happily ever after.
Brothers and sisters, there are people out there that seem just like you, or maybe your mother, but they're not.
well, there's no problem. If you had a gun, shoot him in the head.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
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 How was everybody's bio break? Was it everything you hoped it would be?
So good. Power nap.
Yeah, man.
What?
Everything good?
I may
take
need
like
to.
a solid.
Yeah,
five
take it.
Levins, did you knock out?
I may need to do it. 2 seconds. I just spilled my soda on my keyboard.
Uh-oh.
Go for it.
Happens to
Take
the
care
rest
of
of us.
Lovelace
I had a nice
cannot
glass
be
of
without her
white
keyboard.
wine.
I was debating red, but I get a little sassy, and I figured that might not be a good idea.
No, don't do that.
Foray.
Don't get sassy.
No, I'll
Uh-oh.
just save that for your fireside chats and sending just wild questions into the.
What is a tabletop RPG without a little sass here and there? What even is it? It's what we do.
Yeah. So how are we feeling about Eat the Reich so far?
This is fun. Well,
Yes.
I mean, my temporal storm was a bit of a stinker, but
No, but Herbert's abilities are so cool, and you're giving so much flavor to them. It's amazing.
Well, thanks.
Look,
This is a really good time, man. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, by all means. I feel like I talk a lot, so
I talk too much, and so I know the feeling well.
Me too.
Happens. But I have not gotten to learn a game by playing it in a long time. And as much as I've read through this in prep for this, getting to put it into action is so much more fun than any of the words on the page in an already incredibly stylish and fun book to read. Like, this is fantastic.
I will try and take the opportunity to show this bad boy off. Like, it's backwards. I hope you can read backwards. It's beautiful. It's so good.
Sometimes it's easier just to hop into a game and just go. Like, you improv, you make mistakes, and then something cool happens. Like, your mistakes actually do something kind of crazy and create opportunity.
So I have the Fang coin that I got from the
ooh,
that's so cool.
That is Look at that.
From the Kickstarter.
So cool.
It says
I love that so much.
Loose lips, steak hearts.
Wow.
That's so sweet.
You've got the player
That's
card
romantic.
too, don't you?
Yeah, I've got all the goodies.
Oh man,
Ugh.
so jealous.
I truly kismet. I stumbled across this game. So one of our other DMs and myself, we went to the D20 live show in London, which so good. And we were sitting next to this lovely young woman who just came in after work, and she was dressed in full like Renaissance regalia. And of course you get to chit-chatting, and she's like, oh, it's my birthday. And I was like, well, happy birthday. I brought dice to give to people. So I handed her some dice, and we got to chit-chatting. And she works at this lovely, it was new at the time, still new-ish, little gaming tavern that they set up to look like a dungeon called the Arcanist Tavern. So if anybody happens to be in London, check her out. And yeah, so we were just kind of shooting the shit, talking with her while she was recovering from her hangover the next day at work. And I turn around and I see this gorgeous book, and I bought it. And now, what, a month and a half, 2 months, we're here. So cool. Hi.
That's amazing, insane, and phenomenal.
Yeah. Oh, Lovelace is back.
I tend to lurk the
I'm here.
TTRPG Kickstarter space. Spend money that I shouldn't spend.
All the money.
That sounds more than right. I spent a good amount of money on the, I forget exactly the name of it, but the Avatar: The Last Airbender tabletop RPG that they threw up on Kickstarter for a while. And I have the books now, and I have the dice, and I'm using a fair bit of the D6s to make some of these pools. But like, holy shit. I love this so much, and I need to be able to make more to support myself doing it.
Yeah, so it's not money it's not money wasted if it's going
By no
towards
means.
something that you enjoy and eventually are going to play.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty. Are we ready to get back to it? Everybody's technology is no longer soaking wet.
Yeah.
We're good to go?
What?
Great.
That almost happened.
Huh?
That almost happened. That's why I was like cleaning up a mess.
That
sorry.
moist tech.
Yeah, it's gross.
Yeah, that moist tech. Thank you, Cameron.
I need a
Love
wet
it.
mic.
That's a
just how
gross
it's so-
combination of words.
We are not.
I'm
recording.
so sorry, all of our viewers. We have gone off the rails.
We are not trying to order tech.
That's three train puns, and also the title of this stream.
Okay, we're bringing her back. You have just made your way officially through the officers' quarters, and as you are standing before the next door to continue on through the train, you smell like good food, which is weird. But the door is closed ahead of you.
I was gonna say, maybe the swarm of possibly hungry bats and animals should hanker over towards the good food, or my large dog. But then again, we're all vampires, so who knows what the fuck we eat other than blood.
You and I can like just go in on it, can't we?
You want to tag team this?
Yeah,
You wanna
we're
pull
gross.
Want to pull a Dudley Boys 3D on this door?
Do it.
Just a big old ball of fur.
Oh, absolutely.
A tumbleweed.
River, call the shot.
Hey, look, I'm gonna
describe the scene.
Yeah, Ulf, sauntering down, still hunched in this train, is going to command Hathis first, and let Hathis sprint forward. A detail that I forgot to mention earlier: Hathis, thanks to the technology of Lovelace, has a cybernetic arm. Just big old robo doggy.
Did everybody get a robot part except for the bat cloud? Is that?
There's
ask for one.
I would assume.
I would assume
there's one robotic bat in the midst. Just one cyber bat just hanging out.
Just chilling.
You know there is.
There's a batarang in there that's plastic.
Hammer on the diamond skull.
Oh, absolutely. But yeah, Ulf is going to command Hathis and let Hathis shoulder charge the door down for Manny to swoop through.
Yeah, and like just ahead of the dog, all of these useless bats are just slamming into the door. There's like just little heads busting all over the place. Totally fruitless, but it's for the drama.
For
It's
the
so
drama.
good.
Okay,
For
so
the drama.
as this I believe I said tumbleweed of fur a moment ago, as this tumbleweed of fur slams into this door,
Yes.
the smell of good food wafts in for the rest of you to truly appreciate. And as a giant dog and many bats cloud into this room, I think you hear a few yelps of surprise. And Manny, or parts of Manny, I don't think we quite understand exactly how Manny thinks.
There's a
You
hive
see-
mind of bats, right? Just one collective consciousness of many, something like
Many,
that.
many.
Manny's doing Manny's thing, you know. On a normal day, Manny would be at an art museum or a cheese tasting, but
You see three very now surprised but previously very tired and harried looking individuals in chef's coats working over a box of rations, just desperately trying to make whatever is in this box palatable, as further down the counter is where you find that succulent smell of roasts and baked goods and roasted vegetables. Sitting towards the end, standing there, is about to grab this giant collection of food, is someone standing in what looks to be maitre d' or like waiter attire, like very buttoned up and coat with lapels. And now there's some mild whimpering and screaming as Big Dog.
Cool. So
The room is yours.
the objective is
Wait.
kill all the chefs. Wait.
Eat their food.
well, do the chefs are the chefs Nazis? Like, can we tell that they got like, you know, anything on them saying yes, Nazi?
Do they have an armband?
Yeah,
They
big
do not.
aprons with swastikas on them.
They do not. No.
The rare non-Nazi in a Nazi train?
Rats just
My
fill
God.
the kitchen. That's just what's going on.
Oh,
So
No.
yeah, but
Yes.
they're not
OSHA
sympathizing with the
violations up
chefs.
in
They're
here.
not teaching him how to cook. They're just
Damn it.
as again
Oh.
Somebody's
just
now
a herald
up
of
on the
this punk
counter.
rock. Yeah, and the vampires I imagine come in behind.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Hathis is gonna lead Ulf and just climb up onto the counter and start tearing away at whatever meat-like substance is available among the rations, and just whatever it is messy and it is nasty, and this big ol' dire wolf of an animal is spreading it as they eat it, just for fun.
The gentleman who was trying to grab the tray does a motion as if he's going to try and chew the dog, thinks better of it, but then also goes to do like, this is my job and I don't really want to fuck up. My bosses are going to get real mad. So he's going through this conflicted range of, I don't know what to do here, but I'm going to be in trouble if I don't do something.
With that opportunity, if they reach a hand close enough to Hathis, I'm going to say Hathis, just on his own, is going to grab the hand, yank the waiter down, and so yank down to slam their head onto the table, follow that up with bite down at top of skull and peel back, if at all possible, and just flay this human being. Remove the skin in as
Beautiful.
gentle terms as possible.
Rats.
Oh, baby.
Rats.
Tag team, nasty shit. This dog is degloving this human, and rats are climbing all over the skeleton. Baby.
Okay, decloving has come up in a different stream, and it's gotta be the last time it happens, okay?
I'm
gotta
so
go.
sorry.
No more
That's
degloving
right.
on Streaming Rainbow.
So sorry.
Um,
Peel him. The
What are
the
the
waiter
rest
is
of
getting
you doing?
peeled like a banana.
Well, you don't find this appealing?
Oh God, it gets
Thanks,
worse.
everyone. I'll get out. Have a great night.
Been nice having you. Jane, Herbert, Ash. I keep wanting to call you Ashwell. Ashcroft, what would you like to do?
You know, we can rock with that. Call me Ashwell. I'm here for it. The person who's across the table, the guy in the fur coat, what is he doing as the rats, the wolves are all over the place.
The gentleman who's now wearing a bunch of manny rats, he's terrified, screaming. I think he's collecting himself as he's seeing his other friend be devoured by a wolf, and he seems to be reaching under the counter to try and grab something to defend himself with.
Cool. So I have this thing called, it's one of my equipment, supercharged touch. It's +2 in mechanical laughter. What does that do exactly?
I think you have to laugh in this man's face, or I don't know. +2 in mechanical laughter.
And
let's take a quick look.
Just for clarity, like,
their mad face.
Is there something going on in this room, or are we just torturing chefs?
Yeah, are we just murdering people for the sake of being brutal, or
I think it's more like a blood feast. This is where they cook the food.
Classic
and y'all
blood feast
can...
situation.
Yeah.
we get to drink here. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Sorry, your
all of these French
ability.
chefs had families.
And
Which
yet
ability are we looking at? Supercharged touch, mechanical laughter.
Yes.
I don't know if it's because there's a bat wearing a mask with a mustache, but I think of this as those like jokey hand things, like the buzzer. You go to shake someone's hand and they get the buzzer. That's what I think of it. You can figure it out how you can narrate it however you like, but everybody is going to. You're going to be gaining blood in this room. For one.
So I think I'm gonna do that. Like I'm gonna do my Metal Gear Solid phase through like the table towards him, and it's almost like this levitating like movement. Like I'm not walking. I'm just kind of floating, and I come up to the guy. I put my hand on his face, and then I move my hand down to to his chest, and I'm looking at him. And through the goggles of the mask, he can see this horrid face that is just a skull, but it's like forming and deforming, almost like it's looping in and out of reality, just gone towards him.
That's objectively terrifying. You can roll Terrify.
So it's Terrify, which is 4, and that's +2.
And 1 for the item.
Yes. Cool. All right. So I got 3 6s. I got 2 1s and a 2 and a 3.
With 3 6s, you can get up to, what is that? 2 4. You can get 6 blood back.
Ooh.
Wolf, did you want to roll for your awfulness with the degloving?
Oh, I was muted. Absolutely, I would.
Please do.
Yeah, I think that would be terrifying.
Sure.
I could make it fix, but I think it'd be funnier.
I
No,
don't think you're fixing anything.
I'm fixing the fact that he was working for Nazis. So I think I'm just gonna roll the terrify and see what we get.
They needed to
I
make
got a
better
6. They should have made better choices. I got a 6, a 3, and a 1. So I
you
think
get 2
that
blood.
is solid. I'll take 2 blood any day of the week. I have
Anybody else rolling for blood in this room as these people pass out?
so much blood.
Yes. Jane is going to stride into the car and find a still standing chef. Smile at him. Look at the food that he's got. Pull up the bell to look at the food and take a big whiff. No, not for me. And then she grabs the chef. This will do.
Beautiful.
Drains completely, and then afterwards traces the blood onto her lips for just a little bit of lipstick.
Adorable. I love that. What would you like to roll for that?
Bats.
Bats, 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 bats.
I appreciate that the subheading of everything anybody does in this game, because Manny is here, is just bats, 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 bats.
Just assume.
I'm not sure what to do. Con? I like con.
Sure, roll for con. You tried to seduce, or you were seductive afterwards. Anybody remain standing is a little confused.
All right. That is 2 critical successes. And I'm using blood red lipstick to gain 2 blood in addition to the die.
Fuck, hell yeah. 6 blood to you. Herbert, Lovelace, are you dining?
Yes,
Danny?
I think that Herbert enters the room and sees what is happening before him, and like a kitchen timer, bing, goes off, and he says, "Supper's on," and he pulls out his warped-in laser gun.
What?
Yeah, his warped-in laser gun, and just unloads on the remaining whoever's left standing still. So I think that's shoot.
Yeah.
2, and then for my perfect timing with the kitchen timer, I think that's another +2.
Yeah, get it.
So I need to throw these dice away. That is all ones.
No.
All of them are ones?
All of them are ones.
Jail.
Brutal.
For the improbability of it,
Really good.
yeah. For the improbability of it, I'm going to give you 2 blood.
Oh, thank you.
Because that is statistically so improbable.
That's so crazy.
Just throw those away to jail.
I just happened to catch a few drops from the massacre that is going on around me.
Yeah.
Just happened to fall on my lips.
You're just too proper of a man to.
Manny hasn't had a reason to reincorporate into some sort of human form yet. Just bat cloud. I'm going to use my equipment. Lots of biting, and yeah, we're just. I think. I mean, I don't know. Are like because I'm just. Do we feel like this is a searchy or a sneaky or a terrifying?
I think it's just dinner time.
It's just dinner time.
Oh, what you're doing?
Yeah, stat wise, what flavor is this here? Search.
I can see search. You're searching for that sweet spot to bite into. That good arterial spray.
Lots of ankle biting here. So I'm gonna just throw that in there. And here's the thing: jeweled skull. No further explanation needed. Gonna add on a dice there, and we're gonna just get away with that.
The bats are puppeteering the bejeweled skull to bite with it.
Yeah, just bashing skulls. Okay, so 1, 2, and then so I'm rolling 5.
Oh my god.
6, 6, 3.
We will get that blood, baby.
Oh, okay, cool. Is that how much blood is that? Is that 4 blood?
For 2 crits, yes.
Boink.
Damn.
But and then I mark a use of the equipment, right?
Yeah.
Are we technically only allowed to use 1 equipment per thing?
No.
Am I teacher? Okay.
Teacher, please.
Cool.
You're super fast, super strong, supernatural beings of unfathomable strength and feats of amazingness. Do what you want.
Dope.
Nice.
Lovelace, you hungry?
Yeah, she is. So she will go enter the kitchen area and see that one of the chefs was just struggling to turn on their burner. Of course, the kind-hearted Lovelace will fix it for them using her Omni laser on her finger. She will adjust the burner to make it light up fire up to crisp their face. So it'd be a nice, good old barbecue dinner up in here.
Beautiful.
Yes.
I
Horrifying.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can roll fix.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, all the Nazis are
And then-
invited to the barbecue.
And then add my laser equipment, right?
Yes.
Yeah. 7 dice.
Inviting the Nazis to the cookout. Guess what? You're the food.
1, 2,
It's the only way they'd ever be invited.
3,
Sauce.
4,
Just a little bit of.
5, 6. Okay.
That's a lot of dice.
I have 5 6s and 1
Oh.
5 and a 2.
Okay.
Oh my
You
God.
fill your blood pool, your blood tally thingy,
Holy shit.
and you can take back 1 use of an equipment because that was a lot.
Whoa.
Thank you.
Or you could donate a blood to maybe Herbert. I don't know.
Here, Herbert. Take a blood. Live.
Well,
And am I mistaken, or is like whenever we share blood with each other, it is canon that we mama bird it to each other?
oh,
Not Mama
absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Just horrifying blood geyser from one mouth to another.
Just like rip
Thank
off
you.
her arm and just here, Herbert.
Just,
Like, here you go, Herbert. To get
Like
some
a
of that
rules
bone
as
in
written.
there.
like a bottle of ketchup, just
Yeah.
popping the bottom of it.
Yeah, I'm
Just,
so sorry I burnt it so hard. My bad, dude.
It's like a waterfall. It's like
Yeah,
back in
that-
school.
The
These
photo of
guys-
this chef's family like falls to the floor amidst the mayhem.
These dice are staying forever, dog. These dice.
oh,
Real one. That's crazy.
God, that's phenomenal.
Like my
Oh, man.
eyes was like I know this is just feeding right now. But I was like, this is crazy right now.
It will never happen again.
It would never happen again. All ones. Pull a Herbert.
ooh, baby. Oh, oh, oh.
I'm so sorry.
Friendly
I'm
fire.
so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That should have stayed as a inside thought.
No, it's real.
It's real.
Oh, God. My face hurts from smiling.
Well, on that lovely note, a very impatient officer, well decorated for their station, I suppose, barges into the kitchen, demanding to know where their meal is, and sees all of you. Turns and runs into the other room,
Ooh.
crying explicatives. Mein Gott, the vampires, they're here. And into the next room, you see a series of tables, all with 3 or 4 officers sitting at them. And at the very back of the room, you see someone that you have seen in dossiers. I'm just going to let them describe what they look like. Oh, we're going to turn off. Hold on. Everybody welcome
Wow.
Cameron. We're going to get a little bit.
The
moving.
second
Other
Cam.
Cameron.
Other Cameron.
There.
Welcome to the stream, Cameron. Who do
What's up?
vampires see?
Whoa.
Move everybody back around.
So,
Bad guy.
sitting in the back of this cart, inexplicably the shadows cascade over their long black cloak. They have a large brimmed witch hat that ends at a point, dark velvet. They flash back their cape, and you see 2 bandoliers crossing their torso, full of stakes. The bandoliers each have like a runic symbol that glows a dull blue, and they pull out a small, like palm-sized metal orb. You can't see their face. It is underneath this large brim of the hat, but when they speak to you, it is in a tinny, whiny, disgusting voice as they see all of you standing before them. Well. You vampires have come here to fill your bellies full of blood, but you did not know. Your dinner ends here.
I decided to offer you guys a little bit of a surprise. I know many of you know and love our Cameron, and he's very excited to see the lovely cast we have going today. And I think just a little bit jealous that they wouldn't be playing. So I brought them in as Gotterdam, the Vampiraga, the Reich's head vampire hunter. The objective for the officers' mess: take out the fleeing officers, leave no man standing. The objective for this room is at 6. There is a threat of not Nazi officers. They have a threat of 2 because they're kind of useless. And then our good old Gotterdamrang has a threat of 9.
Are they also the objective?
The objective cannot be cleared until they are down. Correct.
God damn.
My objective is to get that hat. That's my objective.
That's a sick hat.
Would you want the hat? Come and take it.
That's the
I
thing that
will.
I'm taking away from all this.
I gotta put my other glove
You
on.
can't clank over your metal, Bobby. Mm-mm.
So how this is going to run, I will still be rolling damage, but Cameron will be narrating everything that their character will do against anybody of you who is going to interact with them directly. Sound cool?
Fuck yeah.
Nifty fun? Cool, thank you. Who wants to go first?
Cameron versus Cameron.
Cameron, fight. Cameron,
fight. Manny, get him.
So,
get him, bats.
Yeah, the pushing through the punk rock crowd of vampires that stand in the doorway without joints, just full spaghetti noodle, is this trench coat filled with bats that stumbles in front and looks at you with its stupid bejeweled skull where the head should be. And mid monologue from this prissy vampire hunter, just coat explodes off and the bats surge forward, just using the ability Vermin Army in a heroic self-sacrifice, as we just which gives me a +4 to what we're going to do here. My goal here is to flummox you. So I think this is like a terrifying attempt, because when it comes down to it, I'm still just a bunch of bats, right? It's not the same thing as some big scary dog or something like that. So I explode out, and I am also going to, I'm just throwing everything I got at this. So I am going to also spend 1 blood on Hive Command. But there's even more rodents from behind you as you see this. You don't see the rats seething out from like the cheese stores at the back of the kitchen in the pastry cabinet that you had, the Vampire Jaeger's private pastry cabinet. Anyway, lots of vermin come out of that, and so they start streaming onto your back, giving me another die. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I'm gonna roll an 8th one here in a second.
Told you needed a lot of dice.
Yeah. This is, man, I just pulled a Matt. Hold on.
Oh.
It's a Huber. It's not Matt.
Hold on, we can't blame the person. We have to blame the character.
Yeah,
we can't jinx Matt like that.
Yeah, it's not Matt. It's not Matt. Matt's not here.
Matt doesn't
Who is
exist.
that?
There is
we don't
only
know a Matt.
Matt's on the ground.
I've never met
okay,
a Matt.
I got only 3 successes.
Oh. 3 successes. Okay, I forgot I had to roll.
No, we're just in all.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I did real good.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no,
I was rolling 6 dice, and they're all successes.
Incredible.
How would you like to spend them?
I am going to... Gosh, is there a world where I take all the hits and live? I don't think so, right?
You can't take more than 2, so you can only injure yourself for a full category and go down in a round. You can't, I can't injure you more than twice, I guess, is what it is.
So I could activate my last stand here if I was feeling insane.
You would have to die. for the actual rules of Last Stand, that means
Gotcha.
all of your injury categories are taken over, and then
Right.
you die. I will also, it's supposed to be 2 successes or less, but if you also wanted to roll a flashback here, I would allow it as well.
F it. Flashback time. Let's do it, baby.
Cool.
If not now, then never.
Let's get
You
it,
wanna-
Manny.
This is my vampire hunter flashback.
This will add 2 dice to your pool when we are over and done with it. Roll a d6 for me for the context of your flashback.
Yes, of course. 5.
5. Stealing a cipher machine from a submarine. Pick one of your players, or one of the other players at the table, not our good baddie down below. Roll another d6 for me for your question.
I'm rocking with Jane.
Sweet.
And it's a 2.
So you recruited Jane to Fang. What did it take to get them on board? Which is very fun to think of, a bunch of bats recruiting another vampire.
There's a smoky cabaret near the water's edge in Morocco. And Jane, already being known for her tactical prowess, had been courted by a number of shadowy organizations, but got a particularly interesting invitation written in just absolutely impeccable calligraphy saying, "Meet me at the Red Rabbit. I'll be the one by the docks." And so Jane, familiar with the Red Rabbit, of course, an international sensation and tactical genius, arrives and, of course, sees what at a distance appears to be just an absolutely beautiful woman standing alone outside the nightclub smoking a cigarette. And out past her in the water, just the faintest outline of a periscope of a submarine that's being, whatever the cool naval word is for stocked with supplies by other Nazis and things. And as you approach, you see this isn't a beautiful woman at all, that it was a trick of the moonlight, and it's actually 1,000 bats in an evening gown. Jane, you tell me what happens on this interaction that so sways you as you turn and I bonelessly flop around and go,
Yes. Yes.
Well, Jane was feeling a sort of a tingle at the thought of being professionally courted by this beautiful woman, and then when she sees that it is in fact thousands of bats flopping around in a trench coat, she thinks to herself, "Well, it's a mistake anyone could have made." So, third time this week, actually. So I think that they walk together for a while, and Manny tells her about Fang, and it doesn't take much. Just the thought of getting to kill Nazis is really at that point, before Manny gets to the meat of like compensation and all the good things that come with it, she's like, "Oh, I'm in."
Jane, are you comfortable with this night being the last romantic experience either of us ever had since the mission started?
Absolutely.
Yeah, just, I mean, the moonlight was just right. We both stumbled on some unsuspecting Nazis and drank them dry. One thing led to another, and you woke up in a hotel room filled with thousands of bats.
Oh.
And a lot of questions.
Best night of my bloody life.
Yeah, you wake up to a trench coat, smoking a cigarette on the balcony. A burning submarine on the horizon.
Hashtag Jamie. Hashtag Jamie.
Yeah, it was meaningless, but that's war.
Oh my god.
Or so you think. You can't ever tell what I'm saying because it's just like.
Yes.
Something
Okay.
about Manny.
He's like, ditto.
Please roll your flashback, and I'm going to give you an extra dice because I want to.
I would like to say,
Because these bats buff. That's why. That's why. Those are fucking bats.
I'm
crying.
so
Bats, get it.
jealous.
So that's 3 dice, boss. chef?
Yeah.
Okay,
Or
cool.
your original total plus 3.
Oof, and still only 1 success out of that. So that's a
Oh.
total.
Oh no,
Oh,
no,
no.
hashtag Danny, no, throw us another success, boss.
No, it's cool.
No way.
That was ridiculous. That was like the Muppets level goofy. So
That was
That
so
was
goofy.
perfect.
It
I
was
don't know what
have-
you're talking about, Goofy. It's perfect. Cinema.
I cried.
I'm crying over here. Fan fiction start. Chat clip that.
So
Katana? Katana's
Matt,
in the chat, right?
you
Katana?
look like you have something beautiful to say.
Yeah.
So each time we complete our objective, we go to like the next train car. That's technically a new location, correct?
Sure is.
Okay.
Yes.
So at the start of this
Time warp.
this next one, I rolled 2, and I rolled a 1 and a 6.
I don't
Okay.
want the 1.
And yeah, so well, I mean, potentially I could use that 1 to change one of the GM's die, or the 6 for you, but the 6 would give you 2 successes.
Okay, yeah, let's do that.
So okay.
Dope. Okay, so that means I have 5 successes instead of 3.
Beautiful. So that means I only had, well, depending on how you spend them, I did roll all successes. So
I'm
I
gonna
have a
take
total of 6 dice coming at you.
4 hits from you. I'm gonna just get beat the hell up.
Okay, so you'll take a full injury category, and for the next round, you're considered downed, which means
Okay.
your secondary objective to be saved. But
Oh wait,
do
so if
with
you
that
fill up
information
just
you
one
will.
injury category, you go down.
You go down for like a round, and you become a secondary objective to be saved
Okay, yeah.
by your
Here's the
companions.
suicide mission of me just flying at this freaky ass vampire hunter. You know, like all it takes is a badminton racket to take me out. So I think that that's totally valid. I'm gonna let you hit me for. So this will fill up 2 injury categories for me. And so then I will wait. Yeah. So since I have 5 successes, I'm gonna use 2 to block the last 2 successes you've got. Oh, Matt, you gave me 6, right? So that means that I can use my special to reduce your attack rating by 1. Did we rule that occurs after this? So like part of my action is that from here on out the attack rating goes down, or
We'll make it part of this because you're spending the resources for it within your turn.
okay, cool. So I don't even have to block 2. I just have to block 1. Is that for to just take 4 damage? I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what
Wait, no,
does
that's Yeah, I'll take
Scott
5
doing?
damage. Wait, no, I can't take 5 because I'll die. Right. So I haven't even said what I'm going to do. So 2 blocking and then 3. Is there a challenge rating or is it just the objective?
There's the objective, then there's Gott's rating.
Oh, I'm just flying at God. Yeah, so I'll just hurt him for 3.
Okay. Cool. What does how does this look between the two of you as you attack each other?
God, I just fly at you. I'm a cloud of 1,000 pounds in a trench coat. You tell me.
So as these bats just like swarm, these rats kind of just crawl up and anchor him to his spot. This little orb that he has in his hand falls to the floor, and everybody else just sees the inside of this bat tornado erupt with flame and light. And all the bats scatter and hit the wall, and the rats go blind and scurry off around him. And a little bit of this cape is singed, but the hat is still fucking perfect. And he says, "Oh, I did not expect rodents," and grabs 2 stakes.
Manny, no!
The head
So,
is.
I
source
do
of
believe I
power.
had 3 remaining attacks on you, correct?
On camera?
On Manny.
Yes, yeah. So I'll roll all 3 of those.
Roll a d6 for me and mark off both injuries in that category.
Yeah. So 6, 5, 4. So my 5, 6 is filled up. I cannot gain plus die, and my rat's scattered. On the 5, 6, the injury is internal dissent, as in like the bats just like disagree with each other, and then the 6 is rat revolution. So I think the rats just quit.
There's an argument. They unionized.
But not unionized.
Goodbye,
right?
3 blind mice.
Oh,
To save Manny, he becomes a secondary objective with a rating of 3.
I'm here to be a burden, y'all.
Who's going
A
next?
romantic burden?
Ooh,
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
I can,
Wow.
I
This is
can,
so bad, boy. It's not even funny.
I can try to take a stab at it.
do it.
Okay. What is code focus? Or can I switch that out a little bit?
Do it.
Cool. I picture Lovelace having these cans on the side of her on her equipment belt, and it's liquid nitrogen. And she said, "We're about to party in here." And then she cracks open the liquid nitrogen to cause gas in it to impair vision.
Okay.
So bitch ass can't see.
Great. I love that.
So what do I need to roll for that?
So I would say probably con. That feels like you're trying to obscure things. You're trying to be deceitful in what's happening.
Could I counter that with sneak?
You can counter that with sneak.
Cool.
You are providing a very sneaky environment.
Cool. I can do it. Great. Let's get the rolling. We got 2 6s and 2 4s and a 1.
Okay, so you've got a total of 6 successes. I've rolled 3 successes.
Cool. I have something that deals with ones. Oh, I gained 1 blood for rolling a 1.
Sweet.
But I'm
So
already over the thing anyways, but yeah.
How do you want to spend your successes?
How should I do this? Because we don't have an objective right now, right? Because we got threats all around.
There is an objective to get through the room.
Okay, get through.
But we
But you
can't
can
do
also-
it until we kill it.
We have to kill Got first before we
Kill
can
Yeah.
add to that.
So yeah, I would like to
Smack that hat.
Yeah, I want to smack that hat. So is that eliminating a threat, or is that no? No, or I don't know.
How much are you spending on it?
You still have 6, right?
You rolled 2 6s and 2 4s?
Yeah.
Yeah, that total is 6.
Y'all think I should do all 6, or I like to talk to the team on this, or I just go ham.
I mean, you do have to spend some on, because if you have 3 dice against you, then you
Yeah.
go down like Manny did. So some of it
Yeah.
probably should be spent on defending yourself, but otherwise
Right, I
I'd say
basically
go
made
as
a new
hard as you
problem
can.
for us.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. So 3 on myself and 3 on threat. Is that? I think split it half and half. Yeah.
So, God,
Thank you,
the
team.
room is now filled with nitrous smoke, and you've been. How do you injure him?
Injuring, I think like once the room starts to fill and stuff, like Lovelace would use her night eyes, so like night vision goggle eyes energy, and just try to swoop around behind bitch ass and like and try their best to like try to picture how to do this in my head. But like she really wants that hat. That hat is so cool. So she tries to like cuff him around the throat energy and just WWE flip to try to get that hat.
It's all you got. You don't get an attack on her, but that happens.
As you flip Got, like almost with this like preternatural speed, they grab the hat and they keep it on their head as they fall down, and they do not let go.
Bitch ass, the hat will be mine.
The bitch ass holds the hat.
That's true villainy right
That
there.
is so villainy. I've never been so hurt and offended in my life.
All right.
Bitch ass is hard. They're at level 9.
That is hard, man.
Who's up next?
I'll go.
Do it.
Get it.
So we took an advance before we went to break. I'm gonna use it. Luck reversal. So I mark an injury. Do I choose that or do you choose that?
It'll be the top one in whatever category you can roll. You roll a d6 for it.
Okay. So I should do that first. So mark injury. It's a 2. So intrusive thoughts. I momentarily unlock my suit to release a burst of sickening radiation around you. I'm going to phase over to God. Like, I'm going to phase over to him with the Hand of Glory. I'm going to summon my goons at the same time while I'm doing this. How many abilities can we use at the same time? Like, stuff?
As many as you can feasibly narrate.
Yeah, so I'm going to open up my suit while summoning my goons, but also same time, I'm going to add another injury, which is use Arc Lightning.
Cool.
So I'm going to roll another d6. I have a plan. That's a 1, so I can't intrusive thoughts, so I can't get any more plus die.
Just pick a different one of the top categories since you're injuring yourself.
So I'm going to do frayed nerves because I'm trying to basically going through it. So opening up my suit, summoning the goons. So I have like my 3 goons, like ghouls going around.
In the suit.
And using Arc Lightning as the suit opens up. It's like
bats.
It's like this gaseous, multicolored radiation. And using the Arc Lightning, it ionized the radiation as if becoming a thunderous storm around God as he envelops over him, basically entrapping him in like a storm-like essence, and the goons are kind of like circling around, acting as like a perimeter of, even if you get out, you still got 3 more dudes to deal with.
Amazing. Roll those bones for me.
Okay, so would this be terrified or shoot?
What do you want it to be?
I feel like this is terrify because dude just opened up and it's just like gaseous radiation that's now being electrified, and you got 3 ghosts like ghoul like goblins just like running around in a circle, like almost like trying to become like part of the speed force.
I think that's great.
Plus also with the fact that he's still floating around like Metal Gear Solid vibes.
Yeah. So you're rolling, I don't know what your terrify is, but roll your terrify, your abilities, let us know how many dice you're rolling at the end of all this.
So my terrify is 4. My luck reversal is 2. And my Arc Lightning is +2. I realize now that I could reroll 1s with this.
Nice.
So that's 4. I need 2 more. So yeah, that's almost all my dice. Christ. Okay. And do the goons add anything to it?
I think I can't. Hold on. I'll find it. I was over here. Hand of Glory. Where'd you go? +3.
So 3 more dice. I only got 1 d6 just sitting here like, hey, how can we add you? But we're just... Okay. Are there any ones? I don't see any ones, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 6s. And that's a 2, and that's a 3.
What? Yeah, so I think you microwave this train car. I rolled 3 successes. How are you spending yours?
Remind me what I could do with them again, because brain's like, that's a lot. That's a lot.
6s count for 2. They have to be spent together. You can reduce the threat of God. There were Nazi officers in here that were supposedly threatening you. I don't think they will be for much longer. And then you can also spend on the objective. You can reduce you can like defend yourself, or you can spend it to get blood. But I do believe you can spend it to get blood.
Can I use some to heal Manny?
Yes, and there's also the objective to save Manny for 3.
So I'm gonna first get Manny back up. Like, so some of the cloud, like no, not the cloud. One of the ghouls see Manny's down, or just sees like all the bats and the rats are kind of like all over the place, and they start ushering them over, like almost like cattle dog herding style. Like, okay, over here, no, over here, like back to the coat, back to like the hat, like everything. He finds the bejeweled skull, hands one the bejeweled skull, like, here you go, like get back to your person.
Herding rats back to a coat, love it.
So doing that, I'm gonna take the objective down a notch.
Okay.
How many more do I have?
Total of 4 spent.
And
Is Cam dead already?
6, 7. So that's 4 out of 7. What can I spend the last 3 on? Can I guess continue knocking down the objective, like the threat level of the objective, or keep knocking down Got some more?
There's Nazis in the room. We can't hit the objective if he's in the room, right?
The objective can't be fully completed while he's still alive, correct? It can be brought down, but it can't be eliminated.
Gotcha.
And there's also them Nazis hanging around.
Yeah. Well, they're trying. They didn't take their...
I mean, the sheer level of radiation poisoning from being within proximity of essentially the mixture of a microwave and the little boy bomb is a little brutal.
Yeah, they've only got 2 weeks to live, but at the moment...
Yeah. So where are we spending them?
I think I'll keep pushing towards the objective. Or can I push toward the objective, or can I put them towards God?
You can do both.
I'll do both.
Okay, so you said you have 3 left?
Yeah, though I think because we used 4, there was 3, and I'm going to use the 3 towards Got in the objective.
3 towards Got, 1 on the objective? Is it, or okay, sorry, 2 on Got, 1 on the objective, right?
There we go.
Gotcha, cool. That leaves Got at 1 left. You brought the objective down to 4. He did get 3 attacks on you. I don't think you spent anything on defense, did you?
I do not, but there's also an ability that I have called Moment of Clarity. Mark to ignore taking an injury or being down. The moment then passes.
Cool.
Damn.
You got microwaved. How are you feeling about it?
So, I think as for the second time, one of these vampires has opened up on me and just exploded on me. Got just stands up and rushes through all of the smoke, right to the microwave, right to the heat, right to the suit. And as he does, the hat flies off in radiation wind and lands on top of Lovelace's head. But the rest of his cloak is just incinerated away, and you see this gray, decrepit skin, an alien-like skull that is elongated and long fangs that protrude from his mouth, as this is not a human Nazi. This is Vampire, a Nosferatu, as it climbs into your suit and sinks its fangs into whatever semblance of a body Ashwell has.
Whoa.
Are you spending any of your successes to drink blood? You have 3 currently.
I'll do all of them.
Cool. Ashcroft, your blood pool is reduced to half. So anything that you had, you reduce by half.
Ooh. I think as he like chomps down onto like the ephro form of me, Ashwell is just like, you would tangle with a god?
Alrighty, who's
The
up
boy,
next?
that is what the name God means.
Let me in there, coach.
He says with his mouth full.
Let me in there. Ulf and Hathis are ready.
Get it.
I do believe if I've got 3 or more blood, my threat level goes up by 1. Correct.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Cool.
I believe
So
it.
threat forgot is at 2 now.
Ulf, seeing this cloud of abject insanity, is going to try to use the cover of the nitrous gas and the horrifying glare of microwave radiation, and is going to. So I'm going to use Saga of the Boar. It says spend blood, charge ahead, nothing can stop you. So what's gonna happen is through this, Ulf is going to sprint, and through the length of the car, the smoke will disperse slightly as he's sprinting through the car. The Hathis running up beside, and it's gonna be a tag team, and it's gonna be bloody. Like if Got were to get up and try to step back at all, Hathis would pounce down and rip out legs for stability, and Ulf is going to attempt to, with this charge, murder the shit out of Got. They're going to be brandishing their iron claws, and as well to guard themselves. If any of the say one or two of the generals, or like a number of them, through their radiation irradiated haze, come up and start firing away, Ulf is actually going to bring out a Star of David that they've been wearing around their neck, and they are going to press it against their chest and activate their runic wards. Cool. Where bullets come flying in, they bounce off of this magical shield as they beeline direct for God.
Cool.
So it's going to be a lot. That's the use of the runic wards. So that's 1 for Saga of the Boar, 2 for enemies fleeing slower, 1 for runic wards, 4 for incoming fire, and 4, I would say a brawl. This is very bloody, looking for murder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 12 dice. I'm trying to finish this.
Do it.
Yes, Daddy.
Jesus Christ. Okay. 2 6s, 2 5s, 3 5s, a 4, and then the rest are 3 and under. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4 regular successes plus 2 6s, so 10. Or no, 8? 8. I made them 3s, not 2s. That's 8 successes.
Cool. I rolled 4 successes.
Solid.
Yeah.
Ulf, I'll use 3 of those to block, to defend. So I take no damage. I take 1 damage rather, excuse me. So I have 2, 4, 5 left. With 2 of those, Ulf is going to finish off Got. So that's 1 full crit. So Ulf, with the iron claws, Hathis has swiped the legs out from under Got. Ulf is going to, like in the beginning, grab by the bottom of the jaw and sink the iron claws into the inner flesh of the mouth. He's going to say, "You believe you are God. Ulf, kill God." Grab the upper teeth and is going to bisect completely and rip in half one side of the jaw in one hand, one jaw in the other, and down the spine, bisect the body, and throw the gore off onto the other walls. Yeah, and have fun with that.
I have a question for you.
Pig song.
It's pretty hot. Ulf Star of David.
Yes.
would you believe it has been a blessed Star of David?
I'd buy that. I'd buy that any day of the week.
So you are killing a vampire with a holy relic.
Oh, baby. I am a blessed warrior of Adonai, our God, and I am murdering this thing.
So, God, I will give you a moment for a last statement. God has a specific rule to how he can be killed, and it has to be in a way that kills a traditional vampire. So you would have thrown bullets at him and anything, and he would have just kept popping back up. But you narrated your Star of David. So we are here.
Nice. Didn't realize that.
All the bats were wearing tiny crucifixes.
Listen, if vampires get burned by a crucifix, a Star of David has to do something good.
It's got to do it. It's got to do the trick.
I think it's a relic of whatever. Yeah.
I think especially a Nazi Veratu. That's what was said in the chat. That's beautiful. You do see, like, as like Gott has like all of his clothes burned off by this radiation, there are like scars where like the silver chains have been hanging, and like a lot of like Christian iconography like burned into him, like a silver belt of chains and everything like that. So as he turns around and is ripped from Axwell by you, there is genuine fear in his eyes. He can't even utter a word out as you stick your hand down his gullet, and all he could do is scream a tiny, fearful whimper as you rip him in half. And as the gore splatters across this irradiated cart, it erupts into blue flame, and he is no more.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful death. Thank you for dying for us, Cameron.
Thank you. I will do it any day of the week. It has been my pleasure. Eat me.
On that note, goodbye.
Thanks, Bye. I have never met that person before, and and so this is incredibly cool. Nice. First proper conversation with Cam, and I got to murder them.
High five, River, because I've never met them either.
Good job.
Nice.
It's like right in the person. Melt them.
Yes, pretty much. Okay, so that brings Gotterdamerung, I'm never gonna say that name right, down to 0. Technically, there are still 2 Nazi officers pissing themselves in a corner.
Nice.
And 2
they
more
also have
people to go.
cancer now.
If you've seen the video essays about the demon core, it's the same thing. I have 3 more successes. What are our numbers at? What's the objective looking like right now? You said there were 2 more Nazi officers.
Yeah, the objective is down to 4, and then the one remaining threat in the room is at 2.
Solid. I will use my critical success to remove the last threat. And, as that goes, once Hathis knocked the legs out and, joyously jumped around in the pools of now blue burning blood, Hathis notices the other 2 officers and charges both of them, tackles them, eviscerates, rips out a trachea, just is going to town, and is especially having a good time eating small organs. And with the last one, I will bump our objective a little bit, down to 3 as opposed to 4.
Cool.
Yeah. Neat. Thanks.
So we're in a weird space that sometimes happens with this game where all the threats have been taken care of on the board. And the objective is, for all intents and purposes, completed. Everybody is going to get a new advance for killing an Ubermensch. That is a group success. And due to time, I think we're probably going to narrate the close of our lovely game. You all had the mission to make sure that the big weapon that is in the next room, which is massive, unfathomably large, with a cannon that is impossibly long, you were told to make sure that it would never get into the hands of the Nazi forces. And as you enter that room, due to the sheer size of it, it is an open space container. And you can see in the distance that a parade is happening in the anticipation of this weapon being delivered. You have the skills to break this thing down, but you also have the opportunity to give it one test run.
Can I do it? My brain just said radiation, massive bullet, like a fat man from Fallout. But
are you telling me that Ashwell is going to climb into the barrel and be the bullet?
Like, if this is one of those moments where I could do like a last stand, which is my nuclear ascension, I would like to climb into the barrel of this thing as I'm still this mist cloud of thunder and electricity and warp myself and my body into basically a bullet, like just radiating, sparkling bullet of mass destruction. And no one can really see me talking, but they kind of hear like a psychic like voice in their head that's just saying, "Fire me, ascend me to godhood."
If at all possible, I'd like to. Ulf would like to take this opportunity to look to Jane and Lovelace, and just. Ulf not good at big machine. However, you two. You want the boost? And is going to offer themselves as a ladder up to the cockpit.
Oh, Jane steps out of the way and gestures for Lovelace to go. This is where Lovelace should shine.
Sorry, I was trying to fix my audio on my end.
Yeah,
so
good.
So I kind of like missed the last bit. I heard Lovelace, and I do apologize.
What was
teeing
the last
you up to
thing
go?
that you... Yeah.
We're essentially trying to tee you up to shoot Ashcroft out of big gun.
I would be honored.
Believe in you.
Lovelace will will step forward, salute Ash, and say, "Let's let it rip." And shoots it off.
The goons are standing there saluting as well. They're like,
we're all
if
I may,
proud American soldiers.
I'm going to drop Herbert into this because I think they would be the perfect person for the right timing.
Yes. I think I can use my Enigma machine and my exceptional luck to allow 4 extra, I guess, die to what would be this roll. How is this working?
I think we're going to do a group roll. So we'll allow Ashwell to roll their last stand. Roll however many dice it was for your Enigma. Lovelace, whatever it is, everybody roll dice for me and give me them numbers.
it's like, oh, before I forget, the gun is also getting irradiated. So once this thing fires, this thing will melt down.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Ulf, we're trying to help Lovelace up towards cockpit and try to be support. I think I'm going to aim for connive. I think that's going to be the thing. So 2 whole dice to add to this.
Sure.
This is good. This is good. This is good for our last stand. This is good.
Mm-hmm.
This is good. This is good.
I have 4 6s and a 5.
Oh, beautiful. I'm so glad you got a really good roll.
Me too.
Out of my
reading.
out of my 10d6, 9 of them are 6s. One's a 3.
I got a 5 and a 1 to help.
Amazing.
2 5s and a 6 and a 1.
Beautiful.
Like, as Ashwell said, I will ascend to godhood.
So I think with the combined efforts of all of you, you blow a crater into what was a platoon of waiting Nazis. They are gone from existence. And with the Enigma machine, I mean truly gone from existence. They were never born.
Oh!
Love it.
And we move forward in time a little bit, and Commander Slade is sitting at her desk, flipping through her her report of everything that you achieved today. And you've never seen this woman smile, but as she's reading, well, she doesn't really have numbers because, like I said, these Nazis never existed to begin with, thank you to Herbert. But this absolute crater that now sits where this gun was intended to be, she knows deep down that her team is unfallible. And that is where we're going to end our stream tonight. Thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you for staying with us in the chat. It was so much fun having everybody. I need a nap. Thank you again. Does anybody have anything that they would like to plug or anything before we skedaddle away? What's everybody got going on?
Just a huge advocate of any sort of Manny and Jane fan fictions that emerge from this. So, yeah, put those in the Streaming Rainbow Discord and yeah, keep that fan art coming. That's what's most important tonight, I think.
To our phenomenal artist Katana, please help us out here.
Yeah, chat with that. Do it. Get it going.
I guess I should probably also introduce myself, since I wasn't here in the beginning. But hey, everyone, my name is Blackwell. I am your everyman. I am the person that you will probably see bouncing around from one table to another, just to show y'all, hey, I'm just a regular dude that's doing this, and y'all could do this too. You've probably seen my socials. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. This was fun. It was fun just blowing up Nazis and then becoming a living bomb.
Yeah.
I can plug in. If you love to see my face more, starting on July 23rd, I will be a mythic bitch of a yes. I will be playing a siren, daughter of Poseidon, of Mythos University. If you love the comedy, you love the Greek gods, you love new boot goofing and mythic bitches, then please come on down to So You Want to Be a Dungeon Master at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on their Twitch channel, starting July 23rd. It'll be 4-part series.
Cool.
I love the movie Heathers.
Yes, thank you.
Shoot, that reminds me of something. I will be in an extra play soon. My session 0 is, check my calendar, because in this day and age, you need a calendar for everything.
I'm probably looking at too.
The 19th, it will be my session 0. When we will start fully playing, I will keep y'all updated, but look out for me on another stream that I will somehow advertise. I am terrible at advertising. I'm getting better at this, I swear.
It's hard. I felt so annoying all week. Alrighty. Is everybody else good? Do we have anything else to push? Matt, you got anything?
As mayor of Panic Town, I feel that I should promote Void Stream. I don't know if you've heard of it, but you should check it out on BackerKit and maybe back it. It's live.
Tell
right
me
now.
more. What's Voice Stream?
Matt, go on. What is
Matt,
this you're talking about?
What is Voice Stream?
Details.
Yes. I was not prepared to.
It's okay. Spark,
We
give us
didn't
the
pay
Spark
Matt
Notes
to
on
say
Spark
this.
Notes.
He just did it because it's his mayoral office on the Panic Table Discord.
Give us
The
the
mayor
Spark Notes of the Spark Notes. You're okay. Spark Notes of the Spark Notes.
The Spark Notes. It is a service. In a way, it is a package of amazing multimedia supplement for your mothership, your mothership gaming, for all
Tag
your
me.
panic
Tag me.
needs.
Like
Tagging in camera.
tagging camera.
Yeah, no,
Prime camera.
Matt's absolutely right. We are just a few days in and we're over halfway funded for our kooky found footage horror hook library that we're putting together. I think one thing that I'm really excited about is that we haven't been positioning it this way. I was talking to a lot of different mothership third-party publishers today about this, and a thing that we just snuck into the middle of the Void Stream found footage horror library is that there's a full-blown sci-fi horror adventure built into it called SOS, or Source of Signal. So not only do you get all of these cool audio and video pieces just used in any kind of horror game, there's also a very Cabin in the Woods meets Betrayal at House on the Hill style mothership adventure that swaps in all of the footage and audio that we've used so that you can play it like 10 different times and have 10 different adventures. And it's spooky, it's kooky, it's a little bit whimsical and very disturbing, and it's running right now on BackerKit. So yeah, Matt wasn't paid to say this, but I'm considering that maybe we should figure out how to get something going. So
You're not
yeah,
paying the mayor?
we're paying him in fan fiction, actually. So
Hashtag Jenny.
Gotta keep those
Hashtag
fan
Jenny
coming.
any day of the
We gotta
week.
get it. I was
Any day of the
backer
week.
number 8. You can be
Yeah,
backer
thank you.
81.
and I think there's at least 3 backers in this chat just here on the live. So thank you so much for your belief and love in that. I'm really, really excited to see what it turns into. So check it out.
Yeah. Alrighty. We good? We good?
Follow
Bye,
everybody.
guys.
Listen to
Follow
Matt's music.
everybody.
I don't know.
Follow everybody.
Follow
Yeah.
everybody. Everybody will be tagged. All the cool stuff will
Oops,
be where
listen to
you want
Matt's
to see
music.
it.
Oops.
Listen to Matt's music.
And ascend
I've got
to
Matt-
godhood.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna end this stream if I can figure
Bye.
out how. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye.